I'm setting it up for my channel.
Oh, these Carolina Panthers in here, man. I can't.
Nah, I just felt like Don Capers is one of the original 3-4 guys too. So that's what I mean. That's for me the biggest thing with this coaching staff is like, if you have doubt, you still had this person to kind of check them. So it's like even with the offense, okay, you doubt Bryce. Okay, he got Andy Dalton as his backup. You doubt Andy. You got McCown as his quarterback coach who did it for years. You doubt him. You got Frank Wright. You doubt him. You got Jim Caldwell. It's like
y'all got a very experienced coaching tree. I mean, I don't think there's one person that can really knock your coaching tree, right? I think that, and that's a good thing, right? That's going to help your players, develop. I mean, I just think my whole thing is not that I don't think you guys aren't going to be good this year. It's just the simple fact is I'm not sure. Like, it's just like, it's kind of like that 7-9 year that Mike likes to talk about with us, right? It was like, it felt like it was in the right place. We had BA and Todd Bowles. I mean, credible coaches. We haven't seen credible coaches in Tampa probably since, I say Raheem, but we'll say John Gruden. That was back in like 09, 08, right? It's been a long time, and I'm thinking, yeah, we about to just take off and just, you know what I'm saying, da-da-da, and we go 7-9. Not saying it's going to happen to y'all, but keep it, keep it out. It can't be that way.
I still think
y'all with a team that has lost a lot. They got a bunch of players, nucleus here, that has done a lot of losing. They're probably hungry to win, but there's still a process of learning how to win that y'all got to go to.
I'll give you that. I do think Lovey could have worked for y'all if y'all would have gave him more time, though.
Man, we might have to make a Tampa Bay history, and I'm a dog all that. I mean, the decisions this organization and front office has made was suspect, right? I mean, I don't want to do that today. That will take up this whole goddamn podcast. But yeah, we'll do that another day.
Look, I'm not trying to jump out there, man, but we're gonna jump out there. Like T Money said, man, you got coaches upon coaches upon coaches upon coaches that have had success, man. You got a ton of experience, and I'm not saying it's just gonna be like Madden or a snap of the finger, but we got players too, fam. Like, we got players with these coaches. That's what's dangerous. And yeah, I don't think we're gonna start off slow. I think we're gonna hit the ground running. I really do. But it could happen. But DJ, man, we got the best quarterback in football. Okay, that came out. We got that best, not in football overall, but that came out. We got the best available quarterback in the draft. We got the best coach, right? We got a running back, whether you want to say he's top 5 or not, finished top 5 last year. And the fact that he's not up there ranked like that, he has a chip on his shoulder right now trying to prove something. So you got that. Then you got a bunch of wide receivers here fighting, and it's some talent. This is probably one of the most talented wide receiver rooms I've seen Carolina have in a while, man. And
we don't have a number one, but it's a lot of good guys in there.
Yeah, it's a lot of talented guys that just can make plays. And for Bryce to be the point guard that he is, to have all those options and guys that can all do different things, with an offensive line that's, especially the run, we seen the thing last year. So you know they're going to be able to run the football. Man,
the best tight end we had since Greg Olsen.
Right.
I mean, I'll give y'all credit, right? I do live in the Carolina area, so I am privy to, 92.7, okay? So they were talking about the camp y'all were having with the Jets, and they said y'all were running all over the Jets. I mean, I did hear that, and it speaks to the offensive line, right? And I think that's the part that people aren't really looking at when it comes to y'all that gets on my nerves a little bit. That's probably the strength of your team is your offensive line. And I don't think there's a team in this division that can honestly say that, and that's including Sean Jay and the Falcons. Y'all can run and pass block. And that could be a key thing that's going to push y'all. If y'all think about our 2020 year, Tom Brady barely got touched. Why was that? Offensive line was ridiculous, right?
Right.
So, in my opinion, I know we ain't getting no keys of what's going to take for this season. We'll talk about that later, but I do think your offensive line is something to watch out for because that right now is something I'm sitting there like, it looked pretty good. So.
And that's the craziest part. I mean, Mike might have to think about it, but I don't know when's the last time.
Oh yes, I need some help.
When's the last time we had a O-line that all five was coming back?
I don't. It's been a long time. I can't tell you.
Probably since Jordan Gross time, maybe.
And I don't even know if all five of them came back. But you're right. That would be the closest time.
That continuity is a big thing too.
Facts, big facts.
What's up, CB? What's up, Shon J?
What's good, fellas? How y'all boys doing?
You got some feelings,
Hey, man, long time.
Yeah.
All right, man. The King is definitely excited to be on the show. Man, what's up, y'all, man? Glad to see y'all boys back. The King definitely excited to be back in the building.
Who is it?
Not the
Who
King.
that? Shout out to all my Who that's in the building. Now I see my OG Jerry Port in the building.
Yes, sir.
You know, shout out to all the Who that's is pulling up.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, he definitely be sliding through.
I see you, Jerry, man. Shout out to Jerry, man. He definitely, man, our biggest fan. All the Saints podcast, man. Everybody salute Jerry. Yeah, he be holding it down for us.
Yeah,
shout out to you.
No, he can hold down for the community.
Salute, man. Salute to Jerry.
Yeah.
Salute to Jerry.
What's up?
He saw a lot of losses over the years, man. A lot of losses.
All right.
Oh man, you ready for that now? We was introducing. Come on, you the last one that should be said. Y'all fan base, the last one that should be saying stuff like that. But, you know,
Bottom of the basement.
We got everybody in here. Miles will start firing off some topics. So we're in the heat of training camp. I'm gonna go ahead and put it up. You know, I put this up there. Let's start off with some training camp standouts. You know, since y'all already did y'all talking, Carolina, y'all could be last to come with it, but we'll call it Shon J first because I want to know, especially y'all two down there, because standouts ain't really standing for me. So I want to know what y'all think from a standout standpoint for your teams first, and then we can start, roundtabling this thing out and say who our standouts are.
Man, I'll go first. Man, our main standout that I do want to point out, man, is Bijan Robinson is as advertised and more, right? So whatever, we're trying to use Bijan as, if it's receiver in the backfield, he's showing that he's dominating at either position on the field that you put him as. He's an offensive weapon. So Bijan Robinson, from what I've seen, is, he's a standout, bro. He is as advertised. So Bijan Robinson is a camp standout to me on offense. Defensively, man, you got AJ Terrell, the whole secondary defensive line, right, has been changed over. But, I'll have to point out my guy, Zach Harrison, man. Zach Harrison, rookie out of Ohio State. Big dude, 96, number 96, big dude, has been wreaking havoc all over the offensive line in practice. So we've seen what we've done down in Miami. So salute to my man, Zach Harrison, Bijan Robinson. The future is looking bright in Atlanta, baby.
Okay, so quick question. Depth chart was released. Ebiketie is a starter. What's up with that? Is that just
who?
A depth chart?
I mean, they depth chart. They were just messing around because they had Bijan as the third running back.
As a backup. I'm just asking the question.
I mean, but you got to understand Arthur Smith, though, right? Arthur Smith has been pushing this positionless football for a while, right? And the whole RB1, RB2, he's already addressed that. It's interchangeable, right? You got Cordell Patterson, he can be in the backfield, but he can motion out wide or vice versa. So it's really interchangeable, man. It's about the number of touches, snaps, who ends the game. That's really, who's a starter and who's a backup. So I think they're gonna bring Bijan on slow because we have Tyler Algier, you got Cordell Patterson. You're not going to just come out and just start giving Bijan 25 touches a game, right? Doesn't make sense. You need to be strategic with him coming out, and then he will start to gain speed, right? We don't need him to break down like Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey, they tried to put the whole franchise on this little dude's back, and he couldn't take it, and he crumbled. When they put him on a real team out in San Francisco that can strategically use him the correct way, like Kyle Shanahan is doing, if we can do that with Bijan Robinson, Arthur Smith, that is how you prolong a player's career. So that's what I'm looking for Bijan Robinson, man. Come in 10 to 15 touches the first couple of weeks, have him out wide, try to get the mismatch is going on. So yeah, man, it's got to be strategic, man. So we got to avoid the Christian McCaffrey Carolina Panthers scenario.
Well, I got a question. I understand y'all trying to do that, but what supporting cast do you have on the offense to allow that to happen? That was the problem with Carolina, and honestly, Carolina. I mean, it's remaining to be seen, what y'all young boys out there in the A gonna do. But I mean, Carolina had some pieces, and they were still trying to haul ass with CMC at one point. So I'm saying, I'm just asking, who is y'all supporting cast that you think he gonna be getting 10 to 15 touches and all that? Y'all, if he's y'all's best player, if he happens to be y'all's best offensive player, y'all gonna run him into the ground just like CMC.
Man, we got Kyle Pitts coming back. We have Drake London, who is one of the best young receivers in the league. We have also there's different weapons. Jonnu Smith, Cordell Patterson, Tyler Algier, who was 1,000-yard back last year. So there are enough hands going around to get on the ball to where we don't have to run Bijan into the ground, man. That's a disaster scenario. That's a disaster equation, man. If you just give him 25 plus touches out the gate, no, we're not going to do that, man. We're not desperate like the Carolina Panthers were. I think we're in a good position. We are favored. It's really us and you, dog. You already know. It's really the Falcons and the Saints fighting out for this division. So, we gotta show these people that it's not gonna be close. It's not gonna be close.
All right,
I've been trying my best.
I had a phone call real quick, but the crazy part about all this CMC slander is CMC was a backup his first year. Jonathan Stewart was still the main bell cow CMC's rookie year.
Talking.
So it wasn't no wear and tear. If I remember correctly, CMC, I don't even think he had 1,000 total yards. He wasn't getting the ball like that.
Nope.
Was he injured that year?
No.
Nope.
Jonathan Stewart was just a starter, and they used McCaffrey as a scat back or playing him in the slot.
Yep.
Okay, we're gonna need the. We're gonna start treating. We need people to fact check you. We're gonna start treating you like CNN.
He right.
We need to CNN in you.
Right.
The biggest.
We need to CNN in you, my brother. I'm gonna start fact checking you. I'm gonna take it for now.
You can go watch the Giants game from CMC rookie year where Jonathan Stewart is in the backfield and CMC when he come in is in the slot or on third down. He was third down back too.
Yeah, but Jonathan Stewart was a starter. But it's similar to what you're doing. You're trying to do the same thing, and it's very similar to what we did with our first round running back pick. So it's very similar. So you can talk all that we're not trying to do what they did to Christian McCaffrey stuff. What it looks like is you're doing exactly what we did with Christian McCaffrey. So
Yeah. Maybe there was a slight. Maybe I was reaching a little bit, but I was talking about the brittleness of Christian McCaffrey. Right, we don't want Bijan to be as brittle as Christian McCaffrey ended up being for the Carolina Panthers.
I mean, well, the biggest thing I'm sure you won't make the mistake of we paid CMC early. We paid him 2 years earlier than we had to pay him after the 1,000 year.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I think Taylor Heinicke was your quarterback then, or somebody who was quarterbacking for you guys. So you really had no choice.
Kyle Allen.
We had Kyle Allen.
Kyle Allen, okay.
Yeah, Kyle Allen.
Yeah, he's coaching high school somewhere.
This Carolina history. Give me somebody else that I need to be thinking about, or do I need to move on to the Saints? Because I ain't really.
Oh man, but no. If you wanna hop into
now memory, like I don't give a damn. Man, give me some goddamn people.
Hey man, what about the Saints, man? The Saints, I haven't heard much coming out of the Saints training camp. Like, who's your standouts?
Trying to get there.
CB, who you got?
We're gonna start off with I'm not even gonna get into Mike and stuff because y'all already know all we just waiting on is for him to be healthy, and we already know what type of problem he gonna cause. So I'm gonna just get on some younger guys. Let me get to the younger guys that may not be out like that. I'm gonna start with Rashid Shaheed. I heard some mumbling, but I ain't trying to hear that. I'm gonna start with Rashid Shaheed. I know some of y'all got a little taste of him. I'm not gonna say that he was running. I mean, he up and coming, definitely a dog. We started him out on special teams only, because he was real speedy, fast. Then he just graduated, man, into he was kind of. I'm not gonna say he was thrown out there at the receiver, but when he got his opportunity at receiver, man, he took his chance and he just taking off with it now. I mean, his route running the route tree, it's progressed tremendously throughout OTAs and all the way up until now. So I believe that's a big plus for us because going into last season, we was relying on MT and Jarvis, and both of those guys was down. And then we had to put all our eggs on the rookie, Chris Olave, which he definitely stood out. I'm going to get on him in a minute. But back to Shaheed. He's definitely going to be a dark horse for our offense, I believe, because when you got Mike T out there, he's going to start drawing attention again. Because some of them going to sleep on him a little bit. I'm just talking about teams in general. He's going to get his respect back quickly. So he going to draw attention. Then we got Olave cats. Teams going to respect Olave. He was a 1,000-yard receiver. Definitely one of the best rookie receivers last season. And then we have Rashid Shaheed that has stepped up tremendously, like I said. So we're going to be having guys slot corner and third QB, on this guy. Last season, he was getting tastes from, the other opposing team's number 1 and 2 cornerback. And he was still, pretty solid for us. So, man, I'm definitely excited to see him progressing to this season. I think he definitely gonna do it big for us. Another guy is Chris Olave. Chris Olave, he was a twig coming into this league his rookie year. He put on some weight, and even as a twig, he progressed, was a 1,000-yard receiver this offseason. He knew, some of his weaknesses. If he wanted to take his receiver skill set to the next level, what he was going to have to do this offseason. So what my boy done, my young boy got in that weight room, beefed up. I think he at least put on a good 10 to 15. I don't know exactly, but it's between that range. If I'm not mistaken, he's around 180 right now because he was 165, 170 last year. So he around 180, 185. Hasn't lost, no speed enough. You put on weight, you got to, manage that, make sure you ain't losing speed. He was able to manage that real good, still looking the same, shifting his speed, quickness. So it's definitely going to be an awesome second year for my young boy. He done got stronger, so he going to be able to complete more contested passes this season. That was a weak point for him, going up for the contested balls and You know, when the press receivers getting them hands on him, you know, he had some issues. So he's no longer going to be just a deep threat. This guy going to be completing contested passes. So we got a trio, a wide receiver trio that's up and brewing in Saints camp. You know, regardless if somebody done heard of Rashid or not, cats are going to know about this guy along with the other two dogs. As far as defensively, let me get on defense because there's been a lot of stats now. Defensively, I'm gonna go with my rookie. Like I said, our bets they already showing out. You know, when I look at standouts, I don't look at the vet players. I look at, you know, the up and coming players or the players, you know, that's progressing. So I'm gonna go young again. I'm gonna go with Brian Brzee. Definitely the defensive tackle spot is open. Our depth chart came out yesterday. He's with the second unit. I'm glad they're not handing this guy nothing because he hadn't hit the field yet. So, you know, he shouldn't be handed nothing right away. He gonna earn it. But coming from my dog Cam Jordan, the lead on that defense, one of the leaders on the defense, he love him beside him. You know, when he gets snaps beside him, he raving about him. But we know at the end of the day, he got to go out and earn it. So I'm looking forward and excited to seeing what we're going to get from Brian Brzee.
Hey,
So
Can I ask you a question like in response, like you asked me? So just, you know, you mentioned your young receiver, like your quarterback, right? So the quarterback has to get the receiver the ball. So what's your confidence in your quarterback growing your Rashid and Chris Olave? You think Derek Carr is the right quarterback for these young receivers to grow?
Absolutely, I believe it. I mean, when we look at quarterback, everybody's not going to be no elite quarterback. Like, I mean, cats, you know, you got cats saying he ass, and then you got the other half saying he soft. Like, I know that Derek Carr is not the elite. I'm not sitting here saying, oh, he a top 5, maybe top 10-ish. I'll put him, maybe he an upper team at lowest for me as it stands right now because, I mean, yeah, the truth, man. Like, he ain't been in the playoffs eating like that year in and out. We all know that. As Saints fans, we know that. But he's very well capable enough to getting our receivers the football and leading us to where we want to go. Absolutely. We have an offensive line, which it is some competition on the line, especially at our left guard position, left tackle, which is still a little mixed. We got a second-year player, Trevor Penning. He's competing at left tackle. Left guard is up for grabs. DA making that offensive line compete, this training camp. So everybody can be on point, ready to go. But for us with Derek Carr, we don't need him to be no Patrick Mahomes. I think that's what a lot of guys is, pointing out, like he trash. And like, what was the expectation of him out there in Oakland when he first got there those first few years? I mean, Devontae Adams wasn't out there his whole career. Darren Waller like that his whole career out there. All I'm saying is he is better than what we've had in the past. He's better than Andy Dalton. He's better than Jameis. Like, we don't need Derek Carr to be no Patrick Mahomes for us to succeed.
I mean, we ain't talking.
When y'all played Derek Carr last year, what happened?
That goes for our defense though. That says everything about our defense. Like, we know what we done to Derek. You think the coaching staff don't know that? But that's our defense. So that don't make sense. I mean, if you trying to say it like that doesn't say that says everything about our defense. Right? I mean, we done shut out A-Rod. Brady, we done made him look smart. Like, that's our defense.
Nah, fam. He had players, man. He had an all-pro. Was he all-pro this past year?
Was they all out there, all 17 games, though? Or at the time that Derek Carr was starting?
Devontae Adams was.
Darren Waller was slumping with a little injury. All of them was fighting through a little bit. Devontae was out there.
Man, why can't all right. Let's just cut the whole BS. Say Derek Carr got stuff to prove. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just that simple. Like, he has He's been 9 years in this league. It has 2 winning seasons, but everybody still wants to put him in the top 15 of quarterbacks. Find me a quarterback.
He is a top 15. I'm not. Now, come on, he not no below 15. Below 15. Now you're getting into Baker Mayfield range and stuff.
No,
Desmond Ritter, Baker Mayfield. Like, come on, now.
They're not close.
No.
Baker Ritter is like bottom 4.
Like I said, he about. I mean, I'm saying the least for me, and I'm just being honest. Like I said, I'll keep that in honor. He's no lower than 12.
What's good, Red?
Like no lower than 12, but I'm not like 16, 17.
I can name you 12 quarterbacks.
Name them, T Money. Name them, and keep it hot. Name them.
We done done this.
Okay. Pat is better than him.
Yeah.
Burrow is better than him.
Yep, that's 2.
Herbert is better than him.
That's 3.
Tua is better than him.
You sure?
Yes. Yes.
Before Tariq and what else?
He was still winning.
He was still winning.
Better than him. That's 5.
All right.
I'm taking Dak over. I'm taking Dak over him.
You taking who?
Dak over Derek Carr. I'm taking Lamar over Derek Carr.
Right.
Josh Allen.
Yeah. I forgot Josh. Josh Allen.
It's a happy ending.
Matt Stafford.
Matt Stafford.
Aaron Rodgers.
I'm taking Mr. Happy Ending too, Sean.
10. When he healthy, I'm taking Watson. Kyler, Deshaun. That's 12 right there.
Okay, so like I said, like he's not below 15. I said around 12, 13. But it's a bit like Tua. I think he's better than Tua. I mean, I'm saying like he.
I don't know if last year.
I'm saying he not in our ass category, below average.
I mean,
I don't know if he's better than
not an ass category.
Gio, he just now proven himself.
Trevor
I mean,
Lawrence.
Right now, Gino that now, but he had to.
I always say
that's 1 year with Trevor Lawrence. He still got stuff to prove. This is what his 3rd year.
He got
I mean, that last
you can't put 1 year. You can't just do 1 year.
This is how I look at it, though, man. Right?
Derek Carr,
I always say Derek Carr is in the
playoff win.
He's in the top half of the NFL.
To me, Derek Carr is the. You know how they used to say that about Andy Dalton?
14.
Oh, we forgot Kirk Cousins.
We forgot a couple.
14.
That's fine. I mean, he had an offense around him though. Kirk Cousins.
We forgot Kirk. We forgot Jared Goff. Jared Goff is better than Derek Carr.
No, I said Kirk.
I'm not responding to that.
He was in the Super Bowl.
And last year
he was leading the charge on that.
Last year he had a great year. That's why the Lions almost made the playoffs.
Hey, Jared Goff did lead the charge in the Superdome after that. The referee missed that pass interference. He did lead the charge in the Superdome to the Super Bowl. So you should know.
Already franchised and won 9 games.
I'm about to say even that he had a good year in Detroit last year.
Like, come on, man! Like, you can't. Oh, he throws a nice. Derek Carr throws a nice pass.
Why they iffy on keeping them up there though? Beyond this season coming up,
he's been
a lot of people picking the Lions to make the playoffs this year.
I know. I'm saying like, why they kind of iffy on the extension for him though?
I'm just saying, like, just be.
He didn't pay. He didn't got paid. Just be fair.
Like I said, this is what back to what I was saying earlier. Some of y'all acting like we as Saints fans talking about Derek Carr, this elite, elite guy. He got and who that nation we said, but he gotta prove it. He got a lot to prove with us. We're not sitting here acting like we just acquired Pat Mahomes. Like, no, he gotta prove it with us.
Can he be top 15 in the league? I mean, top 14 in the league.
That's I'm not responding to that, Mike.
The only
absolutely.
He could not. To me, Derek Carr is the new Andy Dalton line. You know how they used to say Andy Dalton. If you're better than Andy Dalton's average. He's above him, below him. Derek Carr is that new line to me.
I mean, they're the same guy if you ask me. So I don't see much of an upgrade, but that's just my personal opinion. But if he can be top 14, it's 14 teams to make the playoffs. The NFC, they're saying, I don't see it, but I know Shon's saying it's y'all two up at the top. I don't know how the third and fourth place teams just automatically go to first and second place teams, but I guess that's just how this thing
Y'all
works.
hear this? Who that nation? I see y'all.
Didn't you do that last year? Didn't you do that last year? You did it. Were you third and fourth? To first and second?
We went fourth to second.
I know that's what I'm saying. Third and fourth went to first and second last year. No. I'm just joking.
I mean,
no.
The one credit that I will give Atlanta.
Can you light up Jeffrey Johnson's highlight? Shout out to Jeffrey Johnson.
I can't see. Okay.
You Dalton and Carr. That's not what I said.
Man.
I said their place in the league.
They the same guy.
In Cincinnati was that line of either you're better than
you
him,
talking about Andy Dalton and Cincy or?
That's what I'm saying.
No, y'all would know. No, Mike talking about the current Andy Dalton.
You're going to,
and that's you disrespecting them right there.
Okay, no.
I'm talking about the current Andy Dalton right now.
Hey, last year, who was the better quarterback
in the game they played?
He said that's his defense. It speaks to his defense.
No, I'm not even just talking about the game he put. So you mean to tell me everything was the defense? Andy didn't do anything to win. You had quarterbacks.
I'm talking about, and for us when Andy was a huge part of our wins, it was about a good three games where he was a huge part of us winning the ball game. He was just more of a check down decision maker for making the right decisions, and our defense was able to hold on. That's where our wins was coming from.
So when Shaheed was looking so good, as you told us last year, who was throwing the ball?
Right. Andy,
because Andy finished
that
top 7.
I'm not saying Andy was ass for us. I mean, Timonucci, what you mean?
I'm just asking.
I never said Andy was ass. I'm saying he had a few games where he stood out.
Russell
I'm not saying he ass, but Derek Carr is better than Andy.
I was
Dalton.
thinking Russ, but I didn't want to put him in there.
So what it boils down to is what DJ said. He just got to prove it. We just got to see. It's like everybody else. He got to prove it.
What upper tier top 14 quarterback has ever been benched that we just named?
Right. And they talking up Jimmy Garoppolo.
Man. Like, let's just keep it a buck. Like,
so you think that was more of his player? Than you think it was a little bit more than that?
Right? I mean, why?
You think they were trying to? No, they knew their season. They knew their season was over. They knew they had to give Derek Carr that money, so they wanted to possibly look at a potential other option. Can't they move on? I believe that it had a little bit to do with everything. It wasn't just because Andy was ass that.
Okay, now to be fair, I think it's more about McDaniels. To be fair, I think it's more about McDaniels' love for Jimmy. McDaniels had a crush on Jimmy Garoppolo.
But who was that? Who was that quarterback that came in for him and damn near won that game? The game after he
Stidham.
He had a couple. Yeah, he had a couple.
Jared Stidham, I think, or something.
Yeah.
Carr was not executing at the level that he wanted him to execute. Just keep it a buck for what it is.
Gee.
Hey man, shout out to Hoodie Jude. Shout out to my honcho Hoodie. It's another Saints content creator.
Hey, CB, the only person in the league that gets fired and keep a good name is Frank Wright.
Hey, that's true. That's true, because I ain't really, especially from Panthers fan like that. Like this man,
They acting like he didn't get fired and the playbook got took away from him last year. But hey,
it happened to Tony Dungy.
We act like we acting like Arthur Smith wasn't a playoff coach with Tennessee who brought his quarterback with him to Atlanta.
Say that again.
Arthur Smith,
it can happen any day.
Playoff level coach in Tennessee, and just last year he had his favorite quarterback and still couldn't get it done.
How did he have his favorite quarterback when he was the offensive coordinator when he benched Mariota in Tennessee? He got a familiar guy, but that doesn't mean his favorite guy. He got somebody that's helped implement his offense for Desmond Ridder to be able to take on the helm this year. Mariota served his purpose. He quit like a little hoe, but still he served his purpose. The plan was always to transition from Mariota. Mariota wasn't a long-term option.
You supposed to be for the year.
For the year? I mean, you drafted Desmond Ridder and you gave Desmond 4 games. So I think the plan worked out perfectly. Hey, man, Frank Reich, yeah, Frank Reich, man, overrated, but with Arthur Smith has made much more out of less than any other coach, right? Frank Reich had a success when he had Andrew Luck, but when he was forced to have somebody like Mariota, they give him the excuse like, oh, he don't have a quarterback. But you can blame Arthur Smith for having Mariota, but if it was Frank Reich, he don't have a quarterback, right? So why did he do anything? Carson Wentz or Mariota?
What are you talking about,
Shon?
I'm asking you guys, Carson Wentz or Mariota? When Carson Wentz was in Indianapolis, we go Carson Wentz.
Not the Indianapolis. Not the Indianapolis.
He was a game away from the playoffs, but he was a game away from the playoffs, and Frank Reich went down there. Frank Reich took an unmotivated team down to Jacksonville, and they got waxed, and they didn't make the playoffs.
And he also made the playoffs with an over-the-hill Phillip Rivers.
Look, all I'm gonna say is this, Shon. You got a team right now, right? You feel like you got players, and you just went through your soliloquy of you having this and that, and you're excited about this. There's no excuse this year. So it got to be pressure on Arthur Smith and the Atlanta Falcons. So you can't come up short. Because if you come up short, this whole song that you've been crying is going out the window.
That is the one thing I'll give Arthur Smith is Arthur Smith, the past 2 years has been overachieving what everybody thought he was going to do. Absolutely. But now it's a little bit higher expectations. So we'll see how he handles that.
Yeah, that's it.
Because I don't think if we go back and watch what we all put out last year, I don't think none of us had Atlanta at 7 wins.
I had Atlanta 4.
I had them 4 definitely in division.
I mean, but we were hitting 2-15 going into the year. First number 1 draft pick.
Like all that. Y'all got like 1 or 2 more wins.
DJ, you mind highlighting Jeffrey Johnson's comment? Not the last one, but the one about Breeze.
No,
I just want to say something. I just want to say something right quick.
Yeah, say something about it, but it's not the same, and we can talk about that because
I'm not saying that this about to be the same as Breeze, but I mean it was a similar situation, right? I mean, not a similar situation. Oakland's future wasn't sitting behind Carter start last season. Their replacement wasn't there, but
Breeze is still a baller with the Chargers.
Okay, but why did they ship him out? Well, no, I'm saying was Breeze elite? Was he elite with the Chargers?
His last year, he took him to the playoffs.
Yeah,
he took him to the playoffs, but was he in the elite category though?
But y'all don't have Sean Payton, so none of this matters.
And he wasn't 8 years in the league. Like,
how many years was he in the league?
Breeze?
3, 4.
He was in the 01. He was in the 01 draft. He was in the 01 draft with LT. So that's
Raiders
01. So he was 5 years in, 6 years in, right?
He had a catastrophic shoulder injury.
What he's been for like a decade though.
No, but they still had Phillip back there waiting. Phillip was gonna be the guy.
Yeah.
Only because of Breeze's shoulder, not because
Phillip Wilson was already there. They plan was to already move on to Phillip. Yeah. And Drew knew that. They drafted Phillips. He was sitting behind them. They was gonna let Breeze groom him up. Then they was gonna get Breeze out of that, regardless of my opinion. Unless Breeze would have done something catastrophically good. But I'm not trying to compare Derek Carr to. Saying he got to be like Breeze. I'm just saying, like he gonna play better in our situation than Oakland's situation.
Sean Payton's not there.
We don't
ignoring that. It matters.
I mean, you right on that. But the thing with Pete, I'm gonna give him a second chance. I'm gonna give him a second chance.
All right.
I'm gonna give him a second chance.
All right.
I'm gonna give him a second chance.
Peter and Dennis out with the bathwater last
year. No, far as DA, our defense.
Continue.
Our defense was ready last year, but DA just got to understand he's a head coach. So he got to make sure the offensive side is ready as well. Our defense is ready. He definitely going to have his imprint on that. And he's going to be calling our defensive plays. But hopefully he's, got Pete ready. They brought him back. I'm not going to put everything on Pete because we didn't have the quarterback necessary. I still think Jameis was supposed to be out there if he was healthy. Stories here and there, some say he was hurt, trying to play hurt, and then you got some saying that, Jameis wasn't DA's guy. Well, they brought him back to back up, so I don't see why he not, a fan of DA to some extent. Because you got him backing up a guy. If Carr go down, Jameis is it. So, like I said, I don't know. It was probably more on the injury from DA's end. But what I'm saying is we really didn't have the QB capable of running the style of offense that, we was running in the past. And what I'm saying now, if Mike stays healthy, Derek Carr got a for sure safety blanket because tested catcher. It's certain and for sure.
Every training we'll see.
I was laughing, but he was giving AJ Terrell the business.
Hold on.
It wasn't even no slant. It wasn't even no slant routes he was giving the business with AJ Terrell on.
Hey man, but salute. Hey, he did do that to AJ Terrell.
Yeah, and it wasn't no slant.
No. You got to give Jameis his credit. Jameis was putting them balls in places that only Michael can catch them. Those were perfect back shoulders.
He got to catch. He got to get separation. Like
that was some good catches. But that ball,
So you just said Mike Thomas and Derek Carr. So I was listening to Pat McAfee show where they had Nick Uphill on there, right? And he talked about that Derek Carr and Michael Thomas currently they're trying to get a chemistry still. You're talking like Madden talk right now. You're taking Michael Thomas 2 years ago and trying to put him with Derek Carr. Apparently right now is a little chirping trying to get things together. And I know you heard that.
When was his offensive
but the thing with Jameis is Jameis was backing up Breeze. So he was out with I'm saying what I'm saying is when Jameis stepped up last year, I'm talking about going into week 1 and him and Mike had that chemistry. He was already backing up Breeze the season prior to that, so he already was in the offense and stuff. Far as this year, DC is going around a group of players. Of course, he gonna want to get his chemistry. They weren't saying no chemistry talk as of recently. What you're saying that was the end of OTAs going throughout the break of and then that was right like day 1, day 2, they still getting trying to get their verbals together. That's what training camp is for.
I'll throw it in our chat because it was
that's what training camp is for.
All right.
I'm just saying that's what training camp is for, to do things like that, get it together.
We're gonna see. It's a lot of proving in the NFC South, man. We're gonna see, and
it's a lot of proving.
The NFC South is
a lot of proving.
It's a lot to prove in the South. There's no team in the South right now.
You talking about team wise or individuals? Yeah, because I'm both.
I'm talking about
like I said, this is coming from CB, a Saints fan. I'm not going to be that guy just saying, "Oh, he about to do." Nah, he got to show me. He got to show me that he capable of leading us.
He got to get over the Raiders.
But I'm not, man. At the same time, I'm not about to just say he asked because the Oakland they wasn't in the postseason like that. Compete. I'm not about to say he asked. He trash or even on Andy Dalton's level.
I'm one of the ones like UCB, man. I do think he is in that top, I would say 14 quarterbacks. They know how I feel about Carr. I think I want to see what he can do with a different opportunity. I do want to see it. I don't know. I got to see it. But DJ, man, them to transition to the other team in the NFC South. We ain't got to the Bucs yet, man. This is the team that won the division, but yet everybody in America is saying y'all getting a top 5 pick. Like just because you got Baker Mayfield and lost Brady, it's been the whole talk. What's going on in Tampa, man?
What's good, Bucks? Crazy.
I mean, we're talking about standouts. No, I'm just trying to figure out. We talking about standouts. We're just talking about what's going on in camp. Which one? I mean, I'm trying.
We understand, DJ. Go ahead.
Talk about your standouts, man. Talk about your standouts.
All right. The first person you got to mention, unfortunately, is Kyle Trask. I got to give him some credit, right? I mean, I come on here. I've come on here for almost years now and dogged this man out. RTP has been a Kyle Trask believer, and he's looked like a comparable quarterback this year. You know, bringing in Dave Canales and the system that we have in, he looks like a credible player that we possibly could be putting out there at quarterback. Again, not sure how it's going to shake out. Obviously, there's a competition. Baker Mayfield will be starting on Friday, but Kyle Trask, from what I've seen in the last couple preseason games and that last game against Atlanta, I wouldn't even believe what they're saying he out there doing today. So you got to mention that he has been a player that's been out there looking pretty good. Moving on from that, I mean, on defense, I'll say the biggest player, even though he had a calf injury, I mean, I wanted to see more. It was Kalijah Kancey. I mean, obviously, we're going to hold him out until the preseason's over with. But he was somebody the first couple days in OTAs. He was out there just, because he's going to change what we do on defense a lot with Vita Vea being there as well. He's been somebody that was, definitely standing out. But unlike the young players, I got to mention the guy that's just been they saying he's tearing it up. And I know Saints fans are going to be like, we always shut his ass down. But Mike Evans, with this new offense that they run now, they said Mike Evans is out there just looking like a different guy, mainly because he's not running only, go routes, 9 routes, comeback routes, and stuff like that. He's running. They got him on the move, motioning, doing all types of different things, getting him very favorable position to make plays. And he's out there tearing it up right now. The other standout, even though he's a backup, but I think he's very notably mentioned. He's a young player, kind of like everybody else is talking about. And with our Devin White situation, which, that it seems like he's all in. He knew he made an immature, mistake with the whole coming out and doing what he did, demanding a trade.
I wish he would have never backtracked, bro. Stand on business.
Yeah, I ain't like Devin White did that. I mean,
you need your money, bro. You need your money.
I ain't like the way he did that, but
yeah, it was kind of weak, but my bad.
He went definitely, business-like with that. But Servassier Dennis has been doing his damn thing. I mean, I think he's leading the team right now with the most interceptions from OTAs through training camp. I think he's got 3 or 4 picks already, and he's just looking really good out there at linebacker, which is a breath of fresh air in case Devin White came out and just, did what he did, or Levante getting a little older, whatever the case may be. But he's looking really good out there. Those are my main standouts. But, other players looking good. Vita Vea out there looking good. Chris Godwin looks like he's damn near 100%, jumping out the ceiling. Devin Tompkins, another young player that I got to mention, kind of like Shaheed. Devin Tompkins coming into his second year is looking like another, he's on another level of what he was as a rookie. I mean, this guy, and I'm very excited to watch and see what he's doing, obviously on that back end of our wide receiver room. Wide receiver, probably 4 he's at right now. But Devin Tompkins is definitely a guy to watch in our wide receiver room. But yeah, there's some players right there. Like I said, I keep going, but those are the main ones that have been really like shining out there.
Well, thank you for the standout, my brother. Got a question.
I got a question.
It ain't got nothing to do with ain't got nothing to do with them standouts. Baker Mayfield.
I got a question. Oh, you go. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Baker Mayfield. You got to talk about him, DJ. Like, what's going on down there? They saying, look, somebody said in here that he didn't threw 7 picks and 9 practices.
Yeah, they cracking interceptions. That's shit crazy. Because Todd Bowles did say the one that's going to throw less interceptions is going to be the one that's probably end up starting. But yeah, Baker is kind of what y'all said was going to happen a little bit, but it's like the tale of 2 players right now. Kyle Trask being 6'5", he's hitting that midfield, being able to stand in the pocket to deliver the ball. Baker Mayfield struggling with a little bit of that. He's doing better on the rollouts. He's doing better on, extending plays and making plays that way. But when it comes to kind of standing in the pocket, making that throw, yeah, he's had some issues doing that, hitting people in that mid-tier level. But he's so far had the better deep ball over Kyle Trask. So, it's all going to play out in preseason because look, anybody watching this show that knows me, 2024, the Bucs will have their future quarterback. But for this year, you're hoping Dave Canales can have a comparable quarterback out there so we can compete, which, it's a competition going on with the two, and they're rising each other. Now, how high can that go? I don't fucking know. But, yeah, the quarterback situation is what it is, right? That's how I've been saying it. That's how I'm going to continue to say it. Somebody's going to start, and hopefully they're just good enough where we can come out here and just be like, just win some games with that quarterback. That's always gonna be my response with that. I'm not. These aren't future players for either one of you. So.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
First, before I do that, I'm a salute Khalil Kancey. I know us as Saints fans, we was dying. Khalil Kancey. I know we had a meeting with him. We met with him. Mickey was inquiring about him. Inquiring with Penn State about him, get some detail on him. But be honest, I even made, a video about Khalil Kancey. We wanted him. We didn't get him. We thought he was going to fall to us. So I'll be not standing on all twos if I'm saying the guy going to be trash. He going to be a problem. Him with Vita Vea, that could potentially, be a problem on that defensive line. Not going to, sit here and sugarcoat it. So we see what goes on with him. Far as the quarterback situation, and I'm just going to Tom Brady because everybody on this panel know that as soon as he got down there, you talking about arguably the greatest player that ever touched the football. That's the debate everybody having. So imagine his veteran presence, how he's going to get up the team in the locker room. Prior to him coming down there to that situation, y'all had Mike, y'all had Mike Evans, y'all had Chris Godwin. A few of those guys was already there, and they wasn't getting the job done. So when you bring a guy like that, we saw a complete 360, and we know he was the only reason why y'all got that Super Bowl. So now that he's gone, and it's none of that happening. Like, what do you think y'all about the fare off this year?
I'll say this. First and foremost, I'm going to come back and turn that right back at you. But I'm going to answer your question because everybody says sometimes don't answer the question. So I'm going to answer that question first, right? So last year, there was a lot of talk that the whole Tom Brady aura effect soured over, right? And it got to a point where I'm not going to really call it toxic, but between him and Byron Leftwich in that offense, it kind of saw its peak, right? I mean, we hit that 13-4 season, and the Super Bowl champ Rams threw that pass deep to Cup. That was the end of that team. That was the end of that little run that we had with Tom Brady because last year was not good. And there was a lot going on, obviously, in Tom's life. I mean, we saw how thin he looked last year. We watched a divorce in front of us. We watched him go to, mid-season, go to a wedding up in, with the Patriots. He wasn't the guy that was tuned in. It seemed like he got a little bit of that Tampa in him. Like he got He got a Super Bowl. He's out the shadow of Belichick, and he like, look, I did it. And then, oh shit, what happened to my computer? Okay. And it just came to it. And then, like I said, with the other players on there, all they're doing is constantly always when they come to a press conference, they're answering questions about Tom Brady. A lot of players started to feel about what about us. So we understand Tom Brady was great for us, and he definitely helped us and was a big part. And it's not only everybody heard about the Carlton Davis shit. It was a couple of. It was been a lot of other players. You can go back and look at some videos. He's over there trying to cheer people on. People looking the other direction. I mean, it soured out last year. And that's one reason why we ended up going 8-9 last year, because everybody wasn't plugged in with that. And it's everybody this year that has been getting interviewed, talked about how the air has definitely lightened up this year. Last year was a lot going on and how tough it was. So, yes, do we appreciate what Tom brought down to Tampa? Of course. You know, Mike knows me the best. I was very nervous because I didn't know what the future held making that decision. But it definitely was the right decision to bring us to another place that we were currently at. Like you said, we were a team that were struggling to win, right? You bring in one of the best winner in the NFL to help you excel that and hopefully bring a culture that can carry on past him. Our GM talked about that. As soon as he signed Tom Brady, they knew this 3 years was going to end. There was a plan put in place, right? This team is not bare of its talent. They're still a very talented team. Does the quarterback position, you're probably still looking for your franchise guy? I will 100% agree with that. I think there's only probably one team on this panel that has a franchise quarterback right now. But I'm not even going to talk about that right now because that, you know, once again, I don't want to divert off of that. But yeah, that's something we're dealing with. And I think other teams in this division is dealing with it as well. It's going to come down to what team.
We got our guy this way. We got our guy.
We got no damn franchise quarterback. Y'all got a guy that you're hoping can do what he hasn't done over the last 8 years is lose. Okay, that's what y'all got.
Yeah, Carr's not a franchise.
We got our guy.
Man, he ain't a franchise. He's a journeyman at this point.
Nah, he's not a franchise.
He's a journeyman.
Y'all are still in Sean Payton. We're one step, two steps away from a Super Bowl.
Like you Sean Payton, Drew Brees, and y'all trying to act like, oh, we're just gonna continue to be.
They're not there.
Remember who the Saints were before Drew Brees and Sean Payton? Sorry as hell, Aaron Brooks days. Let's go back to those days. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, and what's been the result of that since Brees left? Has it been that type of ass, DJ? Have we been there? Have we been that ass?
You're trending in that direction.
We trending in that direction. That don't make no sense, T Money.
We swept
We're not trending in that direction.
Carolina swept the Saints. You mean to tell me that's not trending backwards?
No, that ain't trending backwards. Y'all just got our number right now. Y'all definitely got our number, especially in Charlotte. In Charlotte, that's been our kryptonite the past couple years.
That's true.
But just cause we got a kryptonite team like the Patriots, when Brady was up there, they had, I don't forget what team that was. They had problems
Miami.
with Miami, and we know Miami wasn't
It was
doing
split,
shit.
though. They wouldn't get swept.
Y'all saw this year. We saw how that game played out. That was like, it wasn't like y'all just manhandled us. It ain't like y'all just manhandled us on the sweeps.
Come on, man.
But I'm saying, like I said, y'all have been our kryptonite out the division. Y'all have. But the Bucks, we've been spanking the Bucks. Without Drew Brees, we still been spanking y'all, DJ. And make it make sense. We still smacking y'all without. We had a linebacker at quarterback, and we were still able to smack y'all.
With Shon,
So I mean, when we talking about Saints and Bucks, we really ain't. There ain't no discussion, bro.
15 years.
Oh, absolutely, and we got to replace that. But I'm saying when Brees left, it ain't like we won 2-3 games the following season. We went 9-8. The year Brees left, the following year we went 9-8. We went 9-8, DJ.
You had a leader in Sean Payton. That
We was over a 500 ball club the following season.
And then you did what the year after that?
7-10. Is that 2-3 wins though?
That sounds
Is that a 2-3 win ball club though? T Money.
Like what though?
Come on, you know it's a difference between a 2-win ball club.
That's not what I said.
And we was below 500.
Not what I said. I said y'all are trending down. 9-8, 7-10. Trending down.
Okay. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. We got better this offseason. So I don't know how we trending down.
But my question for the Bucks is, do you think that it's a breath of fresh air because with Tom Brady comes higher expectations? So anytime Brady is sort of like football, like having LeBron. When you have LeBron, you're expected to be a championship level team. When you have Brady, you're expected to be a contending team every year. Do you think the guys who were here before Brady are feeling that breath era of now we don't have expectations, so now we can go back to our bullshit?
No, their expectations are still high. Like the players, you can still hear them. They're like, we can still win this division. The problem with the whole situation is that basically it came to a point where it was like it came to a head. It just basically was that. It's not like so Brady.
I think the division is still different than being a Super Bowl level team.
I mean, we were Super Bowl. I mean, we were considered a top 5 team last year. We won like 8 games last year. You know what I'm saying? And we saw mainly because of the offense, and it was part of Brady. It was part Byron. It was part of what was going on with that offense. I mean, a little bit. The defense dropped off a little bit with the rushing, but if you looked at the totality of the whole thing, we weren't winning games. We lost to the Packers, 10-12. I mean, we're losing games because we could not score points. We were a bottom 5 team in scoring points. You find me a Brady team that was ever bottom 5 in scoring. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's not something that happened. I just think that many people were just tired of the whole situation. They were just like, they knew this was the last year. You know, it didn't feel like he was all the way invested, but they still had to continuously still hear Tom Brady this, Tom Brady that. Oh, Tom Brady brought you back. Even though there was no points being scored in the first 3 quarters. Like, that was something that Mike was killing us on last year. Y'all can't score nothing the first 3 quarters, and then Tom Brady got to bring you back, right? So, I mean, because the defense has to hold on as much as they can before the offense can finally put up some points in the 4th quarter to hopefully make a comeback. You know, it just was coming to an end. It's not the fact that they don't think they should still have to win. It's just that's just done with. The Tom Brady thing is just done.
Yeah, it's just the thing that gets me. It's just tough to see Baker Mayfield and Kyle Trask be the guys to follow suit and say, I'm going to have a better offense. You know what I'm saying? To say, I hope to have a better offense.
I understand that. I'm not.
But I get it.
Yeah.
I got another question for the Bucks. Why wasn't y'all trying to draft a QB? I mean, I know y'all spot in the draft was kind of low. Yeah, I know y'all spot in the draft was kind of low, but y'all didn't want to trade up and try to get.
There was a plan put in place, right? I mean, this is something that's been in works for a while. I mean, if you ain't listened to us, this is something I talked with Mike with this, and I think I thought Shon. 2014 was always the time they were going to go for a quarterback. They ain't like any quarterbacks in this draft like that to lose capital or anything else. This year is all about clearing our books, something y'all don't do. So, we decided to make a decision to pay off the debt that we owe, get a little younger, get faster, which is something that I was getting killed about last year. We were slow. We were old. That's something they did this year. They got a lot faster. They got more athletic, which we lacked last year. You can't solve everything in one offseason. And the quarterback situation, it wasn't good enough, in our opinion, to grab a player like a Will Levis that was there. Hooker was there. For us to go up and go get a comparable quarterback, it was probably end up going to be Bryce Young or C.J. Stroud. And to get that would have cost a lot, which we didn't want to get rid of the future for a quarterback that we still knew we had to fill other holes with our draft picks. That's why we got a Kalaje Kansas. That's why we got a Cody Mock, right? Yaya Diaby. I mean, we didn't know the situation. Shaq Barrett coming off the Achilles last year. We needed that player, right? If you go for one of them quarterbacks, you're not able to fill some of these positions that we were able to fill. So that's why they're like, all right, let's fill this roster, kind of replenish it with speed, younger players. We'll come back in 2024, grab a Drake May, a Caleb Williams, Michael Penix, some of the players because there's supposed to be a good amount of quarterbacks coming out this year. And I think they'll sell out. If they end up in the top 5, they probably have to sell out. But if they're a team that's 10 to 15, they're going to go get their quarterback next year. And if that costs them some money, draft capital-wise, they're going to do it next year. I wholeheartedly, and I feel that's going to happen next year.
And that's smart. They got guys that got to pay. And so the best way to pay those guys is to have a quarterback on a rookie deal, whether it's fully guaranteed or not.
And they're hoping that Dave Canales, I mean, he just came from Seattle. Geno Smith, not comparing the situations, it's a little different. Like I try to compare the whole Drew Brees and the situation's a little different what we got right now, right? I mean, Geno was in that system for 2 years, was able to, get in there, and we saw the after effects of that. They're hoping Dave Canales, who was the quarterback coach, is able to coach him up to be comparable this year, right? They just want him to be, I would say, like Daniel Jones. Like, I don't think Daniel Jones is a great quarterback, but got him up there good enough to get him paid and look like a quarterback you can actually kind of get something, even though they paid him like I can't really compare because they paid him like.
Shout out to my boy Dolph 17, another Saints content creator. I see my content creators coming in here, man. Y'all go sub up my boy Dolph, keeping it real. Who That Sports podcast. Dolph, come on in, man.
Here, man. Shout out to everybody. Let's stay a little break with that, yeah. But that's the hope. If Canales can do that, he can just get us through this year and make it look decent before we get our quarterback next year.
Shon,
so you're not giving Trask a chance?
Kyle Trask, I've said it for years. He's never been my guy at all.
He might go out. He might go out and just turn up or something.
But it's hard. Yeah, I don't think.
I mean, not against us. I'm talking about just like in general. Like
what DJ said is this whole is the facts, man. They've set themselves up to just insert a quarterback next year and try to hit the ground running and still be one of the top teams, at least win a division or be up there in contention for a division. That's what they've done, and you can see it. And so, if this year just happens to not be that kind of year, it won't matter because that means they're in even better position to get a quarterback that they can plug in without having to give up assets. So it's really a win-win situation for them. So,
yeah, we're not holding on to the past, kind of like the Saints, and hoping we can find a way back into winning something. That's why you guys are maxing.
That ain't holding on to the past. When Breeze left, we went out and got Charles guy. I mean, no, what I'm saying, we went and got Charles guy and set him behind Breeze.
$40 million for the next.
Jameis Winston that y'all wanted out of Tampa. Everybody said he was ass 30-30. We brought him in and set him behind Breeze to groom him until Breeze left. So we not sitting here trying to hit on the past. We're not knowing that. We don't moved on.
Still got connections to the past, be it Dennis Allen, Pete Carmichael.
Dennis Allen, he only was a coach for 1 year for us.
Y'all gonna have to clear that out, man.
No, the past was that he's not considered a pass. He's only been our head coach for one season. As far as our defense, he's been the reason our defense is elite.
Who was Pete Carmichael a protege of?
Shon, and I mean, yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
You still trying to make Taysom Hill the player that y'all paid to be just a gadget player.
No, and Taysom is doing a hell of a job at what he does. He doesn't. He doing the head. I mean, Pete Carmichael, he just got the whole weight on his shoulders. Like he going to have to stand on his own tools and get this shit right for us. Yeah, I mean, I'm saying when Sean Payton said, yeah, he can kind of set in the cut and just get his little percentage, but he got to be a man and stand on his tools and call the right shit for us this year. Not giving the ball to Traquan, throwing slants to Traquan and Callaway on third and short. Well, we can just
now you can put Michael Dobbins
and then bully into a first
down.
Boys back. I'm saying like we know what's going on with us. We're not sitting here.
I know what's going on with y'all too.
I'm saying like we not y'all have to like we just praising everybody that's there. We know Pete, DA, but with me it's more with Pete because with DA last season, I done said this on my pod. Going into training camp last season, it was more of we doing it. Shon left a good imprint. We just following what Shon has left here. But now going into this off season, he done put his own stamp into the team. So now it's no excuse for him this year. If he don't get it done this year, we want him out. I mean, it's just that simple. He done went and got his quarterback that he drafted. He drafted Derek Carr when he was out there in Oakland. Okay. You want to bring him in, so DA must think he can get us to the promised land. Us Saints fans, it's remaining to be seen. It's remaining to be seen with us Saints fans.
The same quarterback who got him fired.
Hey, DA brought him back, so we just gotta wait and see what happens.
And he gonna get him fired again. Shon, what you got over there?
He got to stand on his tools, DA. But Pete Carmichael definitely got to stand on his tools because he got full possession of the offense, and he was doing a horrible job in crucial situations last season.
All right.
Like I said, Forrest, as a whole, I'm not putting all the blame on him because we did not have the quarterback, that was going to make those tough decisions. Andy Dalton, he was trying to make those, he was doing enough not to get us. He wasn't taking those chances like that.
CB, he threw the ball out of bounds on 4th down. That's making a tough decision. He's gonna go out there and make a tough decision. You know what that was? That was choking. He threw the ball.
That was 4th and what? 4th and what, Mike?
It don't matter what it was.
No, I'm saying, was it 4th and what? 4th and what? Was it 4th and 2, 4th and 15? What was it?
CB, I don't care if it was 4th and inches. You don't throw the ball out of bounds when it's.
But you know what? 4th and inches, we're gonna have the big boy in there. We already know that.
Yeah, you know.
4th and 5 and short, we're gonna have Taysom in there.
Quarterback.
Oh, that doesn't even make. That's what I'm saying. Was it 4th and 15 or 4th and 5 and short?
I mean,
so that's what I'm saying. Like we gonna have Taysom. Y'all know. Y'all know when we had Taysom in there, what time it is.
Thing is that y'all sound like y'all trying to recreate a player that's 9 years in the league, right? I mean, it sounds like you guys are basically
DJ. I just said he hasn't proven anything to us yet. I'm not sitting here praising Derek Carr like he done us wonders. For the 100th time, I said it's remained to be seen what he's going to do for us.
With a sorry ass franchise won a playoff game. But
DJ, that doesn't even make sense. We got a roster. We just went through an off season. What you mean a sorry ass franchise? We've been competing for the last 15 years.
I understand, but
for the past 15 years, the year after that, we hadn't been irrelevant.
CB, listen, it's funny how I gotta be the one that had to sit on this podium and explain Baker being a comparable quarterback, but this guy took what's considered the worst franchise in the NFL. First playoff win. Guess who was the main piece of that? Baker Mayfield. But it's okay for you to sit up here and Derek Carr in 7 years has not had a winning season. And that's okay. And, he's a top 14 quarterback.
Shout out to Penn.
You got your little clan in here talking about you don't know. I'm spitting facts right now. That is straight.
No, DJ, it's you acting like we saying that this guy's elite. He in the top 5 to 10 range. I'm not saying none of that. I said around 12, 13 lowest for me, around that range. But regardless of that, the man hasn't proven anything to me or Saints fans.
And that's all
in the black and gold. He hasn't proven anything, so I'm not about to get on no pedestal.
Shout out to Pammy Whammy.
To the playoffs. That's my problem.
Shout out. I mean,
that was the past. It's remaining to be seen what he gonna do now. That's what we're waiting on. That's what we're waiting on, DJ.
Why can't he be the 20th quarterback going into the season and just prove something? Maybe he gets up to the 4th.
Nah, not no 20, because you got backups that was playing for teams last season.
Shout out to Pammy Whammy again. We all rocking in the same damn boat. Everybody got something to prove. That's all we say.
I get that, but I'm just trying to help him. Remember, Mike, we came on the podcast and we were getting ragged, talk about Saints about to do this, Saints about to do that. We try to warn you before. And I'm just trying to do it again. Like this, you're putting them in a position where quarterbacks are actually winning. We named a bunch of quarterbacks that are actually going to the playoffs and doing things in the playoffs. And it's just okay to put him there because
so Tua been doing that. No, I'm just saying. T-Money said Tua. So Tua been in the playoffs eating like that, or was that just recently?
Not for long, for a reason.
Well, had Tua been eating like that, or he just done that? when he got
never really had a bad year in his career though.
No, I'm talking about Tua. Like, has he been getting down and dirty like that? Come on now, they was he was on his way out at some point. Then he got himself together. Like, come on,
on his first year deal, on his first contract though. You talking about Carr has been in the league 10 years.
Yeah.
How much are you gonna teach him to be something new than whatever he is already?
And like I said, for the 101st time. Myself, along with Saints fans, is waiting to see what Derek Carr is going to do for us. If this was Pat Mahomes coming to us, I would be on here saying, I know he's going to deliver for us. We just need a supporting cast for us, like a defense, to help put the ball in this man's hands. I would be talking that talk. I'm not sitting here saying like this guy about to do this and that. I don't know.
I just want you to say
what I do know, DJ.
The Saints reports, they be talking about the rookie quarterback y'all drafted all the time.
Yeah, the rookie quarterback is having an exceptional count for us. But he got to put it out on the field. Everybody. We haven't been doing too much scrimmaging and stuff yet. But I'm saying we're gonna see what he's made of when he go out between the white lines against another ball club. So it's remaining to be seen with him too.
So,
but the reports is good though. They saying Jimmy Graham.
I just want you to say that he's in the top. The 20th to 15 range of quarterback, and I'll be fine. I'll leave it alone because right now you're still putting him in the place where he is with players that have done stuff. I just want you to leave that position that you put him at 14. That's really it.
Man, y'all gonna have to agree to disagree. Y'all, he ain't doing that. Look what he doing. Look at ain't no way.
But when it come down to it on my end, like I said, he got to show me. Derek Carr got to show me. He got to show me. That's all I'm saying. Regardless of this ranking, I could really care less, honestly, because whatever he done in the past, that wasn't shit he done for the Saints. And that's all that I care about as today. What he's going to do for my ball club this season coming up, period. Like, as far as ranking them and stuff, that ain't helping us win no ball games at this point right now.
You the one that kept on saying he's 14. He might be top 10. You got a little.
No, that's because the rankings was being brought. I'm just saying he not no bottom half of the league. I don't think he's no bottom half, but like I said, that's nothing that I'll just be standing on my toes, just arguing all day. Because like I said, he hasn't done a damn thing for my New Orleans Saints. And that's all I care about.
All right.
Derek Carr is probably the third or fourth best quarterback.
That's just like Bryce Young. Now Mike is sitting in here saying what Bryce ain't went out there and played no NFL game yet. I know the joint practices and stuff like that, but he ain't played no NFL game yet. We know shit different when it's game time. It's remaining to be seen what Bryce Young is going to bring to y'all's Panthers.
That's a perfect time to segue into
all we saying as Panther fans is even Bryce at his worst, I don't think is.
He hasn't touched the field yet, T Money. So you can't say that until he played NFL game though. You gotta wait till he play NFL game. You can't do no rookie like that.
All we're saying is we don't think Bryce at his worst is gonna be comparable to Baker, Sam, PJ, and Jacob Eason.
That's what we had, and we finished second last.
We'll see. We
finished second last year.
Just like I said, it's no fact. It's no facts to go behind that yet because the man ain't got out there and played yet.
So to me, I'm looking at this thing with a guy that I watched in college who has more upside. Who has more upside than the guy that you've had for that's been playing 9-10 years. I'm not
putting Bryce Young in comparison mode yet. He got to play first. But come on, let's wait till the man play.
So what I'm saying is, I've seen Derek Carr.
Yeah, and you haven't seen Bryce yet because
I didn't say Bryce was better than him. That's not what I'm saying. I've always given the same credit saying that I have to put Derek Carr ahead of Bryce. Do I truly believe that? Absolutely not. But I can't do it because I don't have game film to sit there and support it. So right now, I have to put Derek Carr ahead of him. But knowing what I know of Derek Carr, I'm looking at him doing exactly what Andy Dalton did, and you having that similar type of season this year. I know the schedule's better, so that would be the only thing that helps your wins is because it's a very favorable schedule.
No, I'm not gonna go with that because
Alvin Kamara.
As far as QBs, we're going to be facing the QBs. Is it a lot of elite QBs we're going up against? But ball clubs is different year in and out. So I ain't about to just go on that schedule and be like, oh, we gotta eat, we got it easy. Like we were 7-10, we gotta get it out the mud.
You do know we watch your channel, right?
Absolutely. Okay, so what you saying? What you saying? Come on with it.
That schedule prediction show that you had was not like, oh, we being humble because we went 7-10 last year.
You dang on right.
Did I just said we still gotta get it out the mud, but I believe we're gonna win those games that I said we're gonna win. But that don't mean that we like it's a given win. We still gotta go get it. That's nothing. Well, that didn't. It's
humble, and we realize
that didn't make sense, T-Money, because every team gotta go get it out the mud.
Yes, but that is the video
that's not contradicting.
It's contradicting what you just said. That video, you was not being humble. That video, win.
No, contradicting is by what you're wording out there, T-Money. What you mean contradicting? Contradicting is what words you're putting out, and you contradicting words. Like the same thing that I'm saying now is what I said. We gotta go get it. I said we gotta go get it out the mud. That's the same thing I'm saying on my channel. Like we ain't nothing gonna be handed to us. But a win-loss prediction on the team, the roster that we have put together, like I stand on that.
Yeah, and so
what do being humble or the way I said had to do with contradicting? The wording is the same, bro.
So how many wins did you think you're gonna win this year?
I'm
end it.
So you asking me how many wins? Yeah. Y'all asking me?
You had your schedule. You put you the only one right now that put out a schedule prediction. So I want to know what you put out, what your win.
Remaining healthy, I at least see us getting 11. If we stay healthy, it might stay healthy. Okay. If we're healthy, at least.
That ain't bad.
Hey, that ain't bad at all. I thought it was like
11 and 6. If we stay healthy, and I'm saying at least 11 if we stay healthy.
At least.
That ain't bad.
Yeah, at least. If we can stay healthy. If our key guys stay healthy and none of our key guys is getting half season injuries and 10-week injuries and stuff.
So you think that's the floor of your team is 11?
Yes. At least 11 is humble.
We'll come back to that on another show. I just wanted to make sure that was out there.
11 and 5. Okay, 11 and 5 when it was 16 games. I mean, that's a pretty good ball club.
Okay. We'll come back to that. We got to get to Carolina. We spent too much time.
Training camp standouts for the Carolina Panthers. I'm gonna do a few teams, and I ain't gonna say them all out there. I'm gonna give you the floor to handle your business, man. But I'm gonna give my MVP. The MVP of the Carolina Panthers training camp goes to.
I got something for you, though. My bad.
Puma Geiger. I believe I messed up his name.
Oh, you saw my answer.
Hill, linebacker. I mean, this guy here. Like I told y'all about Frankie Louvu years ago. I'm telling you about another guy. He's a Hawaiian ball player. I mean, he been making plays all camp long. It don't matter who it's against. We played against the Jets today, and he made the game. I mean, the ending practice interception at the end of the practice. Just close it out, shut it down, threw the ball in the air. Let's go. It was on Zach Wilson though, but it is what it is. He's an NFL quarterback, number 2 overall pick. But that is my MVP guy. Another guy in training camp, man. And I'm trying to go for guys that a lot of people may not know about. And T-Buddy, I hope you're stealing a lot of your thunder. I know we got Justin Houston. I love that pickup.
If you say Kobe Jones, I'm about to get mad at you.
Kobe Jones, T-Buddy. Kobe Jones has been applying pressure. Me being in the right place at the right time, doing all kind of stuff, just flashing all camp long. Another guy that's just. I get it. I get. I know he's not a household name, and I know we needed somebody else. We definitely needed that veteran presence, so we had to get Justin Houston. But our rotation at the edge is going to be way better than what I think people are going to expect. I think they're just saying, oh, it's just the Brian Burns show, and oh, you got Justin Houston, he's older, this and that. I'm telling you, the way that we're going to package up some things and the talent that we have out there with Evero's scheme, these guys are going to create some problems. So he's one of my guy. P-Money, I'm gonna let you go ahead and knock off a couple, man, because it seems like I'm stealing everybody you got. So.
You stole my first two. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay.
Another one I would say is just setting the tone and being a thumper, which Sean J told me about him, is his boy Robinson from FSU.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, he's not the most athletic guy in the world, but he's definitely up in your face, trying to thump you, setting the aggressive tone on the defense. So that would be one. You can pretty much pick any of the young receivers. Chark been looking crazy.
Yep.
Mingo been looking crazy. TMJ been having good days.
Mm-hmm. Was that supposed to be the future?
Well, let's get there, before we get there.
David waiting for this.
I've been wondering where Shon been at because I ain't heard him, so I'm like, Shon ain't saying nothing, so I know he got to come.
Yeah, your mic ain't on.
I'm glad it ain't on. I hope it's dead. But anyway, we can't hear you. But
Mike.
Mine?
We can't hear you, Sean J.
Is this mic on?
Yeah, his mic off.
He's gonna use that to diss our second.
But anyway, I'm gonna get back on.
I already know where that's going.
Look, Jonathan Mingo. This is something that I want to put out there. The starting wide receivers right now are DJ Chark, Adam Thielen, and Jonathan Mingo. Not Terrace Marshall, not Laviska Shenault. It is.
Yo.
There you go. Jonathan Mingo. And that is a guy that made plays again against the Jets. He was having a day-to-day against the Jets, man. So I'm excited about him in the slot.
The only reason why I'm not that crazy is the Jets secondary is still pretty good, but Sauce wasn't out there.
No sauce. I mean, but Bryce did throw a pick six, but we're not talking about that. How the cornerback baited him in the cover two coverage, where he thought that he had to outroute the corner, baited him and caught a pick six. But we're not gonna get too far in depth with that type of analysis, right? Because we don't want pretty little boy Bryce. You know, I'm pretty sure Bryce is ironing out his Sunday clothes, right? His Sunday school clothes right now. You know, he probably practices on his Easter speeches before he goes out to practice every day. So, you know,
I'm confused.
He sleeps with a halo over his head at night. Bryce Young.
Is Desmond Ritter a Crenshaw Crip? I don't think Desmond Ritter.
And you know, we didn't even get to Bryce. We didn't even say anything about Bryce.
I had to get on Bryce, man. I had to get on Bryce. I saw him, you know, shopping in the same section as my son. I was like, man, I was here first. But no, man. But with the Carolina Panthers, Trill put a question in there. How do I feel about Deebo Jones? Like, I'm ecstatic that Deebo Jones signed with the Carolina Panthers because, you know, he's just going to get put in the washing machine every time we run the ball. That's what he does. You know, he's going to get washed away every single time. So I hope he's out there getting the most snaps because we're running right at Deebo Jones. You know, he's so skinny, bro. He probably can fall through one of the tracks.
Jones was like the greatest linebacker since Keith Brooken.
Oh, I mean, when he plays the Saints know that. The Saints got PTSD from Deion Jones. But Well, the Carolina Panthers, Atlanta Falcons, we don't have anything to worry about this version of Deion Jones. He's really out the league.
PTSD.
I mean,
He got
like
PTSD. Yeah.
He's like fourth on our
he,
depth chart.
he got a few pick sixes on Drew Brees before Drew Brees became the president of the Back to Blue chapter of New Orleans. So we're not worried about.
We were still sweeping y'all though. We were still handling business. So I mean, damn, at some point in the game, somebody on the opposing team make a play here and there. I mean, Deion was, handling business.
Hey man,
we're gonna run the ball down. We're gonna run the ball down their throat if Deion Jones is out there, man. But we're talking about the Carolina Panthers, man. But with Carolina, with Carolina, we hear about Jonathan Mingo. We're hearing a lot about DJ Chark, but Terrace Marshall Jr. Can you tell me what's his status on wide receiver 1, or is it just a tone change there? Because I'm still on the same thing with with Drake London. So I still feel the same way. I just want to see if you guys have the same feelings about your wide receiver 1.
He's not nowhere being close to wide receiver.
What you ordering that? You at McDonald's drive-through now? Get a number 1.
I answered it. He's nowhere close to being.
What the fuck?
He's nowhere close to being wide receiver 1. But he's been coming on along late in training camp.
Oh, we've been waiting for 3 years. Goddamn, we still waiting in training. This is his third season.
You said it.
What are we waiting on?
Not been consistent enough to be considered up where DJ Chark. DJ Chark's been the most consistent wide receiver.
Yeah.
I give it to DJ.
And I'm trying to get there. I'm working on getting there, but Sean interrupted my soliloquy.
Oh, my bad. Let me let you do your two-step, man. Do your two-step and pivot. Do your two-step and pivot, man.
We gave CD a whole 30-minute segment to do his.
Go ahead and hit the Euro step. Hit the Euro step. You got to change it up. Euro step. It's not. We're gonna go Euro step.
Look, TMJ. Look, he had the perfect opportunity, a clean slate, all of that, and he just, to me, he's making plays, but he's not standing out like DJ Chark. We know Adam Thielen's definitely gonna be that too, and Mingo is what I believe is their guy. If you look at it, man, Terrace Marshall was drafted by Matt Rule and them, and so you got DJ who Frank Wright brought in, you got Adam Thielen who he brought in, and then he drafted Jonathan Mingo. So he got to get in where he fit in at. And obviously, he's not being consistent enough in practice to take over not just a 1, not even a 2, not even a 3. So at this point,
it's a section of the Carolina Panthers locker room. You got all Matt Rule players are over here. You guys, if you mess up, it's going to be Matt Rule's fault. So all you guys, just in case, then we got Frank Wright over here, the heavily and holy players. All of these players, they're good because Frank Wright brought them in. And these players, they suck because Matt Rule, they were here with Matt Rule. I'm just ready for to drain this Matt Rule excuse out because y'all been dragging it for 2 years now, 2 seasons now. Can we stop it with Matt Rule?
I mean, some people fall out the rotation though, because of that. Look at YGM.
Can Matt Rule fall out your rotation of your vocabulary?
YGM damn sure ain't gonna be the starter this year.
No, and it was another guy that he brought in. So what we're saying is, if you're not making the cut, you're not making the cut.
Can you do the same thing with J.C. Horn? The Matt Rule brought him in, so let's say he's trash.
They know talent, and they're evaluating everybody.
Frankie Louvu is a Matt Rule special.
It ain't got nothing to do with
Frankie Louvu. They still trying to figure out where exactly he gonna start at in the defense, though.
No, Mike loves him. So let me see y'all.
Nah.
Mike loves him. Come on, Mike. Stand up for your dog. Don't let T-Money do you like that.
Frankie Louvu is guaranteed.
He's personally, I wouldn't take that.
But I'm saying they moving him around. Sometimes he playing inside linebacker. Sometimes he playing 3-4 pass rusher.
I mean that's what you're supposed to do. If you look at the film last year, he did a lot of that. He would go on the outside. He would stop the run. He would anticipate the pulling guard and make all kinds kind of plays in the backfield. I believe he was our second leading sack guy. He had 7.5, 7, something like that. So Frankie Louvu can definitely play that. He played that in college. So to be able to go from inside linebacker to outside, that's just another dynamic piece that you can have on the football field. One of them Swiss Army knife guys to go with Jeremy Chin. I mean, I believe this defense can be so unpredictable because we got so many wild card pieces that we can play. And so that's the excitement here. You bring in a Justin Houston that you already got a Shy Tuttle that's a big body guy, and then you got then you got Derrick Brown that we seen what he did in year 3. And one of my other guys that I want to bring out is McCall. I've been high on this guy since last year. Guy we got from Kentucky. Look, man, he showed
finally got Bravion up out of there.
Yep, never mind. I ain't gonna say that, but that's another Matt Rule guy. But Marquand McCall, man. Well, look out for him. He's taking over the nose guard position, man. And what's his name? Marquand McCall. He played at the University.
Okay. Yep. Okay, I will see.
I just want to ask y'all one thing right quick, man. How the whole NFC South, man? How y'all feeling with our offsprings? Atlanta, I know y'all benefit real well. Got our defensive coordinator, Ryan Nielsen. Anya Mata gonna be eating for y'all. How y'all treating Caden? Carolina Panthers, man. How y'all Tuttle faring over there? We gave y'all our offsprings, Andy Dalton, man. How he doing coaching up the young boy Bryce Young? Y'all doing good.
Or dudes just running.
We hand y'all offsprings, man. So how y'all doing?
We loving it because we know Andy Dalton's a smart quarterback, so he's giving us all kind of intel on the New Orleans Saints offense. And then we got
you're welcome though
in there a minute too, and he can give us all the type of intel we want on that daggone defense.
Y'all welcome, Mike.
We're not even gonna let that slide. He call it off string. I mean, I'll call it running from a trending down team. So.
Right, them boys had to jump off that burning boat, man. They know that coach is on his way to get fired.
Andy Dalton, I mean, we
on the way. So
Andy Dalton was just trying to find, but we gave y'all Andy.
Hey man, David Onyemata, man. Thank you for David Onyemata. Thank you for Ryan Nielsen. The future is bright. The future is bright.
How y'all treating Caden out there?
Caden is a beast, man. Caden is gonna he's gonna play in the middle, so you're gonna see Caden in the middle a lot. You're also gonna see Caden rushing. We know how to use him, so Caden is gonna do. We're looking for 8 to 10 sacks out of Caden, man. So whatever he's gonna add to our defense, man, and take away from yours. It's all love over here. That's all we're trying to do.
We give away offsprings,
and I'm sure they probably got tired of taking care of Cam Jordan at the nursing home.
They just gave him an extension, so that they
T Money, that didn't even make sense. We just gave the man an extension. So what you think we doing?
I mean, that's good.
You think we gave him an extension because he's just a cool guy?
No, just because you want him to retire as a Saint.
Oh, that's the reason he could have retired this year as a Saint.
I need y'all to understand how serious Bryce Young is. I don't think y'all ready for what this young man about to do. And I'm putting it out here, and I want to put it out here on the podcast so it can be said.
What young man?
I don't think y'all, DJ might, but I don't really think y'all understand
Sir Bryce
what this young man, Bryce Young, is about to do. Like, we've seen the talks of the Mahomes, the Burrows, the Josh Allens, and those the top guys. And I'm not putting him up there, but a lot of people want to put Herbert up there, and I don't know. He don't even win. This guy here is going to be, I'm telling you, he's going to be in the conversation with them.
I got a question for y'all, Mike and T Money. Did y'all want Bryce Young or Stroud? And be honest, which one did y'all want before they made the pick? Which one y'all thought was better? Bryce.
I don't know about that, Steve Money. Sean J, can you confirm that?
I was a CJ Stroud. I was CJ Stroud, man. I was Stroud.
I think I was the Bryce guy, though. I was talking
CJ
Bryce
Stroud the whole way.
I'm not a Panther fan.
Bryce, though.
I know when I picked CJ early because I didn't think we were getting the first pick. And so CJ was my guy. I was like, let's go get CJ then. Let's do what we can do to get CJ because I didn't see us getting that first pick.
I never was even CJ. For me, it was either Bryce or Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, nah, it wasn't Anthony Richardson at all for me. Yeah, I ain't want no parts of nothing that was like Cam. No disrespect to Cam. I just I didn't
greatest quarterback in franchise history.
Absolutely, to me, the greatest Panther history. Even though I love Steve Smith, I'm just saying what he did for the Carolina Panthers. No other Carolina Panther
you
did.
Bugging out. Steve Smith and Julius Peppers existed.
No, they didn't.
Cam?
They didn't put Cam. Put That's Carolina in California. People wasn't thinking about Carolina anywhere else than maybe the Carolinas and somewhere in the South. Cam put Carolina globally, worldwide out there. Cam is the greatest thing to happen to Carolina as far as the brand.
He had the Vic effect for y'all, man. It's a lot of Carolina Panther fans just for
it's a lot
Cam
of Panther fans because of Smitty too, though.
He ain't got the impact that Cam had.
Yeah, Steve Forrest like y'all's best player. It was Steve Smith.
Ain't too many people. He got his own fans, but people wasn't just rushing to the stadium to see Steve Smith. They were rushing to the stadium to see Cam Newton. They was going on the road to see Cam Newton dab. Like, come on.
Yeah. Triple Crown Smitty was crazy.
We get that.
Crazy time.
But that's a different level with Cam, and that's a totally different level than with Cam.
Polarization.
And Bryce Young is already giving us those vibes, but I just think he's a better quote unquote quarterback.
Mike, you see Derek L's comment? Hasn't played one NFL snap, and they put him in the class with Mahomes. Wow. That's all I know y'all confident in them. Y'all excited, and woo-woo. I know y'all excited. You got your possible franchise guy, but you got to wait till you go out on that field.
See, that's why they always accuse us of overhyping them. But even on this podcast, who was the first person to mention Bryce? It wasn't a Panther fan.
It sure wasn't.
But what does that have to do with overhyping, bro? That has nothing to do with overhyping. Those two things don't match. I mentioned him, but we're talking about overhyping. The overhyping comes from you guys mentioning him in the same. Like, let me finish. No, you're mentioning him in the same class as Patrick Mahomes, but then Mike in the same breath can say, well, not Justin Herbert because Justin Herbert hasn't won anything. Bryce Young hasn't won a damn thing. So if we're going to be dismissive of Justin Herbert, Bryce Young shouldn't even be mentioned.
What did I say, though?
Shon.
No, you want to say, what did I say?
What did I say? Prediction that I said, right, hit dog holler, thank you. But bold prediction that I said, I'm saying today on the podcast, I want it to be known that
He's not saying right this second. He's saying down the line.
It's not I don't think it's that bold, Mike. I think everybody around the league is hyping Bryce Young because they want their daughter to date him, right? They know if they drop their wallet, he's gonna pick it up and he's gonna bring it to. He's gonna look at your license and he's gonna bring it to your doorstep. He is that type of kid, so he is very favorable. So I do see his little ass getting crushed and getting roughing the quarterback hits and stuff like that because they're gonna be like, oh, not him, So I see why you guys are so drawn to him and you want to see him be so successful and be Mahomes like because you can't, he's like fine china. You really can't see nothing bad happening to this kid. I really feel like that, but I think those grown men are going to welcome him to the NFL, and you guys don't really see him struggling in no way, shape, or form. Before he even plays, you're talking about this kid is going to surprise. He's going to tear up the league, Mahomes and Josh Allen, all this stuff. Like, your head is up here in the clouds on this kid. It's like you're not even prepared for any type of fall. So when you do, you're going to break your damn back. You're gonna break your damn back when you week one when you see him get out there struggling,
not against
shaking his little arms off because he's hurt, trying to shake off the cobwebs. He's gonna be hurt.
They talk about all this hype that they've done. They got a piss poor offensive line that can't pass block worth a damn. Yes, they did get the best part of their defense is that 3 down lineman people that you got in Amumata, Grady Jarrett, and then you got my boy Calais Campbell, who's going to play 40% of the daggone snaps this season. If that. Yes, you got a monster right there. I give you that. Nothing else.
We just wrecked shop in Miami. Ask the Miami fans, man. We linebackers. Bro, if we could have hit Tua, he might have been out with another concussion. That's how much we was in the backfield.
In one-on-ones, y'all wasn't doing nothing.
No,
I was not doing nothing in the teams. I watched some of the team stuff. Y'all pass rush. We had 7 sacks
in a period, bro. Look it up.
In one-on-ones, yes.
You're supposed to win on 30 snaps, and you only won 7. You're supposed to win them on one-on-one.
And he's not even talking about the team period. He's talking about one-on-ones.
Never mind.
Man. Miss me with that mess, man. But look, you will see.
But though, if the old Falcons when it never did shit, it'd have been like same old Falcons. Y'all can't get no sacks in one-on-ones. Now we getting them. It's just one-on-one. Damn, can we get some type of improvement?
If you that crazy,
what?
If it's that
you don't even have a pass rush.
So Brian Burns and Justin Houston not a pass rush?
Oh,
you just signed Justin Houston.
How much
Justin Houston ain't even got a jersey yet. What's Justin Houston's number?
Justin Houston had 9.5.
Now you done adding this man. No, what's his number for the Panthers? What's his jersey number? You waiting on the team to release it, but you already counting his sacks.
50.
This man ink ain't even dry on the paper yet.
He's wearing number 50. Can you stop?
So he still got juice left in the tank. That's a question I'm asking. I ain't got as much juice as Cam
Jordan got.
Man, just signed the other day, bro. Talking about he didn't even stretch yet. He didn't even damn did stretches yet, bro.
He was.
And y'all saying what this man about to do? They ain't even stretch one time with your team.
He was practicing today. What are you talking about?
He's capping, bro. You cap, bro. You know you capping, bro. You try to slide some Justin Houston like
Calais Campbell ain't been out there. What you talking about?
Yes, he has.
He been
out there, Mike. You know he been out there.
He been on pup.
You know, no, he been all pup. You know, he a vet, man. He got kids and
so is Justin Houston. That's what we tell you. Him and Frank Wright been talking for months, man. They knew this was about to happen, and he just didn't want to do all that camp stuff.
Oh, okay. And he was still out there practicing today.
Right.
Campbell ain't been practicing since y'all been practicing with the Dolphins.
He has been out there the whole Dolphins practice, bro. What are you talking about?
He came back right when that happened.
The first day.
Been out there about 2-3 days.
Yeah.
John trying to act like
we dominated their old line, bro. Look it up. It's on Twitter. Huh? It was more than one-on-ones. I did
hear they had a good showing.
Come on,
one-on-ones.
No, not just one-on-one.
I heard, bro. Salute my man Simons, man. We need to get Simons on here, bro. We need to get Simons because he know y'all full of shit. He know T Money is a big capper. T Money is a big capper.
Bro.
Alvin Kamara.
Yep.
All right, what about him?
Not there. And they know how they do with us early in the season coming to Carolina. So I'm excited about these first 2 games of us getting 2 dubs.
Oh,
and then having the game.
But I got a question. I got a question for that though, Mike. I got a question, Mike. Wasn't y'all kind of slowing Kamara down a little bit?
Yeah, and then we got
Okay. Wait, will y'all be seeing him week 2?
No.
Nope. Okay, but we slowed Jamal down. And we also have
Jamal last year too.
Running back coach. And we have a running back coach.
Boy was celebrating when Kamara got suspended. You should have saw him celebrating in the group chat. You know, T Money did a couple.
As far as the AK situation, I was expecting something to come down. At one point, I thought he had a real good chance to get off scot-free.
That's what y'all do.
But you know how the NFL is. They're going to come down with something. Guilty
they wanted to suspend
Kamara. And he only got...
You know the reason, though, DJ?
It don't matter.
No, I'm saying, the guy that they beat up hit a female.
His wife, she might have fucking kicked him in his balls. I don't know why it happened, but
it still, man, put his hands on the woman, though, DJ. They done him dirty for that. So that I'm saying, like, what would you do if you was in that situation?
Okay.
What would you do?
That was overkill. They shouldn't have had
Okay, so you stand in the club and the dude just put his hands on the female, just slap her. What you gonna do, DJ? I'm saying this right there. Is you gonna be like, whoa, you gonna retaliate? Be like, whoa, or something?
You see my man in Montgomery? He threw that hat up. We saw him getting jumped. Them motherfuckers came down again. They
come on, man. The NFL was gonna do something. I mean, that's just. But I'm saying that was like. I'm not saying what AK. You know what? Everything was good, Daddy. But I'm saying, like, you put her hands on the female, you gotta respond as a man.
I'm not
like, that's cool.
The Ray Rice situation. My whole thing is
it's no Ray Rice where he like AK hit a woman or something. This was man to man, grown man. Is what it is.
They jump, bro. They jump, buddy.
But he hit a female though, Shon.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I can't. I'm not. But I'm just saying though, he too rich to do that, man. You can pay people to whoop that man.
He should have let us. He should have let his partner.
He should have let his partner whoop his ass.
Yeah, that's where he messed up.
He fucked up at. He threw that hat. Yeah, my man. Hey, shout out to Montgomery, man. We definitely.
But with that being said, we got Jamal Williams. We got our young boy Kendre Miller, another guy that that's having an exceptional camp.
Man, we played Jamal Williams last year too. He went against us.
I know.
T-Money, y'all stopping Jamal Williams. Just say if y'all do, that's not gonna win the game for y'all.
And their offensive line is way better than yours.
Whose offensive line?
The Lions.
Got better offensive line, but
way better than y'all.
He said, "Way."
Nah, y'all offensive line.
We was hurt, man. We was hurt. A lot of our guys was hurt on the line last year.
Y'all hurt again this year already. Isn't
already
hurt? Isn't Trevor Penny
not even beside that?
Andrews Pete is battling for a spot, so I don't consider him a starter just yet.
Has he been a starter for y'all?
He has, but he in competition mode right now. So
Trevor
Andrews Pete been in and out for us his whole career as a Saint. So I ain't really tripping on Pete.
Just
it ain't like we need Pete to we can plug in with Pete, and we got a guy that's more healthier than Pete. So we'll see what's gonna happen with the line. But what I'm saying about my running backs,
I don't think
talk about
what I'm saying about my running backs is we got Kendre Miller, young rookie, been having a hell of a camp. But like I said, with all these other rookies we've been talking about, Kendre Miller got to put it on the field. So we're gonna see. What type time my young boy on come preseason. Hopefully hold it down.
The simplest answer.
We're gonna be straight without AK, and we still might bring in Kareem. We'll see how that plays out.
You mean your reporter was lying saying it was done?
Nah, that was ESPN. That wasn't our reporter. That was Diana Russell, the Diana chick. She the one lied on this shit.
Have signed pending physical.
No, that was the Diana Russell lady that said that. She lied on us.
She the ESPN
making us look bad.
Brian talking about.
Where it is that the coach was offering them a bigger bag, and you see how that situation playing out in Indy. If Jonathan Taylor move on, Kareem he get a better chance to redeem himself than to just be. Get reps with the Saints for a minute, and then AK coming back and it's kind of taken away from his shine. So he got a better chance to shine in Indy than he does with us. That's a fact. So I salute to him, man. If he go with the coach, salute to him. I understand that. We understand that.
Yeah, but only make it interesting to say.
I was shocked that we brought him in anyway.
Well, that's the part that I want to talk about is that the simple fact y'all bought in Kareem Hunt, even though you hyping up these other two players, y'all still was like, this ain't enough. And he only gets suspended for 3 games, and y'all still were trying to sign the man. So
you said I'm hyping him up, or did I say the young boy got to go out and play? He's having a great camp so far, but at the end of the day, like I said, he got to go out there and play, DJ. So I'm not sitting here putting nothing, no expect, like saying, I know Kendre gonna eat. He gotta show me. That's what I said. Because I'm not sitting here saying the guy putting them in Patrick Mahomes classes and stuff. Like Mike just done, but Bryce, I'm not doing stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what the
my youngest got to go out and prove
for a reason, right? I mean, they brought in Justin Houston.
Fans. I just said Bryce is better than PJ, Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, and Jacob Eason.
No, y'all said that he was about to be like Mahomes. Mike said that.
I said that. I said he's gonna be in the top, one of the top quarterbacks in the league. He's gonna be in the elite status.
Wait, is it this year? It's this year, right?
Not this year. I just said it now, so it's stamped. So when it happens in the future, y'all know I said it.
Gotcha. All right. Well, we gonna
want to predict Super Bowls too? How many Super Bowls?
12.
12. Okay. He looked about 12 years old.
You want to be an asshole?
Segue off of this. Segue off of this. We got football Friday, Saturday, and I think Sunday. New Orleans is Sunday, right? Yep.
And Thursday.
Yeah. The whole South is gonna play. We're gonna get to watch everybody on different. I think the Falcons and the Bucks play together, but the Panthers play Saturday and New Orleans play on Sunday. So we're gonna see and have some more things to kind of know who's looking good, who's not. Obviously, it's gonna be pretty vanilla. It's not gonna be nothing over the top, but people gonna shine and they're gonna show out. So,
I know my quarterback's playing.
I think everybody's playing. Is
Bryce
anybody
playing?
Starters?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is Desmond Ridder playing?
He better.
Oh, I don't know. He already got experience. He got the most starting experience.
You're gonna hide him in the preseason?
In the division for his team. He got the most starting experience in the division.
That's 100%
for his team.
They said that on NFL Network. I heard that too.
Yeah, they did that.
He's also not the best quarterback on his team.
Nah, and Dan Orlovsky wanted to put Bryce as number one, but he was like, "Nah, I can't do it." Just same reason I didn't.
Okay. Taylor Heinicke.
Wait, Jeff. I see Jeffrey. Yeah, I know we lost Eno for the season. I mean, I wouldn't expect us to bring in a name like a Kareem Hunt. I wasn't expecting. Because Kareem Hunt, if he beat Kareem Hunt, all that's going to do is push Kendrick back. Now we're not going to be able to see. We're not going to be able to see what Kendrick can really do if Kareem come in and beat Kareem. I mean, that's why I said that like that. And if we didn't have a Kendrick Miller, I mean, yeah, it made sense. It makes sense to do that. I mean, I'm not saying that don't make sense. I'll take it. That's even better for our running back room. But somebody gonna be losing snaps once. I mean, just say if he comes to the Saints, he hasn't signed with nobody yet. If he comes.
See, and Jeffrey Johnson, this is part of the reason why we like preseason, because we know in a 17 game season, you're gonna have injuries. So we want to see those depth players and see what they can do under those lights and when it's time to play. Something that y'all been complaining about being so injured and hurt. Yeah, it has been our issue. That's been our excuse. And maybe you should pay attention to these guys in the back end and just quit worrying about the starters.
Yep. It's important for the stars to play in general. Because, I mean, we watched the team that overachieved last year come in here preseason and they callous their body up and put their best foot forward and got 7 wins last year, be it the Atlanta Falcons. They played their players. They did what needed to be done, and it carried over into the beginning of that season. Yeah. And we saw them be able to have success until everybody caught up and then Mario's out the door and the whole shit just went to whatever. But
yeah, that's crazy. They lost one less game than the greatest player of all time, Mike Evans.
It can help you starting your starters because I heard the whole Dennis Allen
David
is now.
You guys were at full strength.
Do that before.
So you guys are at full strength last year. That's just like Popeye the Sailor Man popping his spinach and y'all damn muscles didn't pop up. Y'all was popcorn muscles all last year. You got all of these Pro Bowl, all pro players, and your team is going backwards. And all of this talk about, well, we're going to be in position to get our quarterback next year, so our team will be just as good. Bro, if your team is bad enough to get that quarterback next year, that means more holes have been punched into your balloon. You're going to have players like Devontae David be out here.
Tweaking me about the Bucks the whole.
Mike Evans is already on the way to get traded. He's out the door. Man, y'all team, you're teetering. It's about to be the same old Bucks.
That's what's been tweaking me about the Bucks. Y'all gonna be so bad that y'all gonna get y'all quarterback of the future, but then y'all just think the division is just so trash that y'all still gonna have a chance to win the division.
Like half of those players are about to be gone. Like Devontae Davies gone.
Hey. So wait, you're saying basically you're looking at the quarterback of the future, but the division's so trash
that's how y'all act. Because both you and RTP say y'all gonna get y'all quarterback of the future, but y'all still gonna have a chance to win the division.
But you make it sound like people. How did the Atlanta Falcons get Julio Jones in the top 10? I mean, what is he? Top 5? What was he?
We gave up 5 first round draft
like you can't move if you win games. Like how many players don't move? I mean, teams don't move and go get players. Like that doesn't make any sense. They don't have to be the top 5 to get your guy.
Draft people do the whole next year draft class is better than this year's quarterback class every year. I don't think next year class that crazy to me. Unless you get
you can feel how you want to feel.
Because we got Bryce this year.
We thought CJ Stroud was going to be a quarterback. Because I heard all y'all motherfuckers. Every one of y'all wanted CJ Stroud. That's why Shon J came on here and said what he said because he heard it as much as I did.
I didn't.
Whatever, man. Whatever.
I told you who was my second choice. I was straight up. I like Andrew Richardson.
I think some of y'all Panthers fans like the CJ Stroud. I mean, but you know this.
But me personally, I would have took Anthony Richardson over CJ.
At your original draft, where you were at 8 originally, you would have took him at 8.
Richardson. Yeah,
at 8 over CJ. Okay. That's you, man.
I see Carolina may say, "Oh boy, the most humble Saints fan I've ever seen." What you mean by that? The most humble?
Man, this dude been.
Like I'm sitting at the table. I'm sitting at a table. I'm sitting at the table with a group of men talking football. What you mean humble? I ain't speaking out my ass. I keep it 100. That's one thing about me. I'm keeping shit 100. I ain't just jumping off the roof.
Because at least 11 wins is not humble.
You said that ain't humble. No, not being humble is just jumping off the gate saying, "Oh, Derek Carr, woo, he this, that." Like we about to be in Super Bowl contention. Like we gotta Derek Carr. We gotta win the division first.
You saying that because you heard a lot of your fans act like that. That's why you say it that way. I know you're not saying it. I'm just saying you heard that noise in your.
I would be curious to see.
Every fan base got a little group of. Got a little percentage of fans that do that.
A little group.
How many times has
Saints fans said we realists in our fan base? We're not jumping off no roof. I just disagree with if we're sitting here giving Derek Carr, you know, pre praise, and he hasn't done nothing for us yet. Like I don't rock with that because he gotta show me, regardless. You know, that's talking about. You know, he done made this Pro Bowls, and man, I don't care about none of that. He gotta show me. But I do believe he got the capability to do this in a better. I think he got better personnel around him. He definitely got a better overall defense. So I mean, it ain't like the weight is completely on his shoulders coming into this year as it was in Oakland. But Carolina, man, you got to think. I mean, when Sean Payton was here for 15 seasons, we had arguably the greatest QB ever. So I mean, how did you expect us to act when we had arguably the greatest QB ever?
Nobody's arguing that, bro. I don't think that's an argument.
Yeah, that's not.
Yeah, that's nothing.
Even though y'all still was talking.
Nobody's arguing Drew Brees.
That sounds like the Frank Wright and Bryce Young future.
Even though y'all still was talking crazy, the 379 back-to-back seasons.
Mike trying to slide shit in.
We was in contention. No, I'm saying we had elite offenses. It was just our defense. Our defense was the only reason that showed.
Blue Aries Falcon, man.
But it's crazy. We had historically great offenses, but it was just the defense. And you could clearly see that. Anybody could clearly see that. So that's why we was confident. Because the numbers, the scores was gonna be there. We just had to stop. Opponent had to make a few stops. But we was unable to do that during that time.
Yeah. Hey man, but y'all are much more sufferable these days, man. Like from like 2010 to like 2015, you guys were insufferable, especially coming off your Super Bowl ring. That
that's because most of them done ducked off at this
point. We had to wait y'all out. I thought y'all was never gonna go away like roaches, but it seems like all roaches don't stay alive. Some of them y'all survived. Yeah, I survived the post Sean Payton era. I love the Saints, man. I love the Saints. We've been beefing since we started, since the 90s. So
shit, y'all were in division together before the NFC South started.
Yeah, NFC West.
NFC West with the Niners.
And then, here in Atlanta, we got like a special little thing. When Katrina hit, a lot of, New Orleans people moved to Atlanta. So that was a different rivalry in itself. So
I think this Tampa Bay Buccaneers team is starting to become more of a rival to us than Atlanta.
There's a lot of hate between the Saints and the
it's starting to really get real with the Bucs.
Yeah,
and that was before
fighting. That's why. I mean, because y'all was actually blowing them out.
It was Jordan stayed throwing shots at us.
I think it was just when Marshawn started just taking Mike out the games. I think that's kind of when that rivalry started kicking in.
And Cam Jordan used to always talk about what's his name?
Matt Ryan.
Our offensive tackle. All right, forgot his nigga name. He barely even guard already.
Smith.
Who, Donovan Smith?
Donovan Smith. Yep, he used to, and now he's talking
the gift that keep on giving.
Now he's still this year. He's still talking. That's why I called him a clown in that one. He always in the last couple of years he been.
But ain't nobody been able to stop him like that though. He's still playing at a high level.
Nothing against us. He's a good run stopper.
You talking about far as his stats? The thing about Cam.
He's a good run.
Like he just far from having like 20 sacks, you probably ain't gonna get that from Cam. He gonna show his presence in the game, whether it's run stopper, rest of the QB.
He like a William Ghost.
Are you looking at it from just sacks? Are you looking at it from just sacks, or is he showing his presence in the run game?
Hurries, he don't do none of that.
No comment.
You even mentioned the main damn training camp thing. I thought you were gonna mention, which was Peyton Turner and Granderson. I heard they've been going.
No comment, DJ. You said he ain't getting no QB hurries or nothing.
Not the Bucks. At least the team I watch, no.
All right.
What?
I'm about to say when he played the Bucks, ain't he technically on worse side?
No, he was going up against Donovan a few times.
Whoever the weakest one, they know him to get to pick the weakest one. So I heard Worse had to see a psychologist on his move to left tackle, but that's
he's an all pro. He doesn't want to lose all pro status. He don't care about Pro Bowls. He's an all pro lineman, so he just wanted to make sure he got his shit together.
Yeah. I mean, he must be a little nervous about something.
Scary though.
He must be a little nervous.
WD, you see this man? He said Cam ain't getting no press, no QB hurries or nothing. I had to sip some wine of that, man.
Man, Cam Jordan is just a good run defender in his career.
Damn, Cam
Jordan.
He was a baller though.
If he was at that stage of his career, we wouldn't have gave him an extension. There's done been plenty of Saints players that done came through the Marcus Cousins stuff. When it's time, it's time. Like just because the guy, like you can hang out with Cam Jordan at the bar or something.
Cam Jordan's like Levante.
Cam was signed due to his player. He's still making an impact on the field. But like I said, he ain't never been no 20 sack, 18, 19 sack guy. Like an overall defensive end, he's one of the best in the league as an overall defensive end. Because he's definitely a top guy in run stopping.
I agree. I've been saying that this entire time. I'm not.
Nah, man, but I ain't feeling with how you coming off about Cam though. That's what I ain't feeling that.
I mean, I just say what he's saying right now.
Nah, you talking like bro, kind of washed up a little bit. I ain't feeling that. Just put some respect. Put some respect on my boy's name, man. Put some respect on his name, man. That's all.
He should have been a buck. I don't know why we got Adrian Claiborne over him. I hated that. I was pissed off. Mark
Falcon legend, man. Falcon legend, Adrian Claiborne.
One arm. Get my strong arm. Oh yeah, he was with y'all too.
Yeah, he played Super Bowl.
Yeah, 28-3. I don't mention that. Let it go.
Yes, sir.
But, man, all right. Well, we're gonna wrap this up, man. Y'all already know it's all love, man. Appreciate all y'all getting on here. We already over 2. This is the beginning of the season, so we had to get it in. And CB, you already know it's all love. Me and you all of us go at it. I mean, T Money, Sean J, boy Mike, we do this. And it's gonna continue for the season. So continue to show up, show out. But I'm gonna let everybody go across the room and say their last words. Go ahead. I don't care who starts. Just start saying.
We'll start with the Kings of the division. I believe it's gonna be the New Orleans Saints. My New Orleans Saints, I believe we're going to take the division this year. But this your boy, CB, man. I'm the host of the WDN Chatline podcast. Come follow your boy. Saints talk my way, but, other fans are welcome to listen in and tap in. Definitely get these guys support on the channel, man. Just shout out to everybody that tunes into the podcast. You're going to get official 100% realness from me and my co-host Uptown. So y'all tune in. Other than that, man, that's all I got to say. Just make sure you guys like, subscribe, follow the WDN Chatline podcast as well as the Big Talk Sports podcast. Appreciate y'all for bringing me on as a guest once again. We definitely got to do this again, man. We definitely I like talking when we talking football. I like talking with guys that got some form of knowledge of the game. Just ain't talking completely out of their ass. I feel like I got a group of men that's, that got some knowledge of the game. So I respect that, man. Definitely looking forward to chopping it up with y'all again. We need to do this probably close to the end of preseason. I believe so. Preseason starting out, so we doing it in a few weeks. So y'all be on the lookout again, fans.
Agreed.
Yo, what's good, everybody, man? It's your boy Shon J. Salute to the Big Talk Sports, man. My bad. Big Talk Sports, man. Salute to Big Talk Sports for having me on, man. Always, we've been doing it all last year. Looking forward to this year. We're gonna, get the consistency right. So if we're consistent, the people are gonna consistently show up. So I enjoy talking football with these guys. We debate some, we share knowledge. We're gonna rep our teams. That's what we're here to do, man. So I love it. It's enjoyable for me. So appreciate the guys. Shon J, look me up on YouTube, like, share, subscribe. Atlanta Falcons content, but everybody that you see on here and more will be coming through the channel. So we're all gonna be cross collaborating, creating more content about the NFC South, Atlanta Falcons, Saints, Carolina Panthers, as you watch the Atlanta Falcons win the division this year. So follow me this year. Follow me on the journey to the playoffs as we take the division this year, man. It's your boy, Shon J.
I'll go next. What's up, everybody? This is your boy, Mr. T-Money 1993, a.k.a. Straight Facts, because that's how I split this YouTube thing. Make sure you go check out my channel. Appreciate Big Talk Sports. It's always fun talking shop with y'all guys. Shon J, you already know.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, CB, you already know. Everybody's welcome, of course, on my channel. I appreciate being welcomed on everybody else's. You heard the other two talking, they playoff nonsense, so I'm gonna talk the future NFC South champions, Carolina Panthers content creator. I did put out a video earlier today, reacting to Steve Smith's Cut to It podcast. So if you haven't checked that video out, please go check it out. Other than that, appreciate you guys.
Yeah, man. Thank y'all for staying along, man. We went 2.5 hours. Didn't think it would go this long, but should have known it was going to go this long, because when you're having fun, time just flies by, man. So thank y'all. It's been a blessing to be here. Everybody that came on, good debate, conversation, some good, clean fun, man. It's amazing. It's amazing to see what happens when we all come together, man. We can speak our piece, talk our junk, but it's all love. Ain't no beef, no real nothing going on around here. And that's what it's supposed to be about. So I appreciate everybody on here. Carolina Panthers, y'all know what it is. Future franchise quarterback Bryce Young, and the team is so young. Man, I ain't got to say nothing. Just watch. I ain't going to say nothing this year. Just watch.
Y'all already know what it is, man. Look, I appreciate everybody coming on here. Yo, these are all my brothers, man. At the end of the day, we talk our ish, but we still come back and we still fool each other. It ain't never gonna ever be nobody's feel. They know estrogen in this area over here. You know what I mean, we have our conversations and we move on, right? I mean, it can get heated. Some words gonna be said, but it's all good. But Hoodie Jude, I'm here, man. I ain't going nowhere, man. Everybody always want to come at me, but nobody ever want to come find me. Y'all be seeing that. Everybody, but nobody ever want to come see me.
Get him, Hoodie. Get him. That's my boy. Shout out to Hoodie.
He got me. TJ, you know, I hollered at him. You know, Carolina Panther fans know I'm here. Shon J know I'm goddamn here. RTP, salute to you, a Panther fan that be around. That's kind of in this little group too. You know, this is what we do, man. And I would talk my ish because I'm gonna teach you facts now. Look, I'm a Bucks fan, like everybody else is a fan of their team, so they're gonna try to take the higher side than the lower side. So I refuse to do that for my team too, who is the division champs currently of this division. So we can talk all that right now. Until January hits, we are the people. But appreciate everybody again. Big Talk Sports. We had to change it to that because this is what we do, man. We talk that big shit, man. It's that simple. We couldn't put shit, so we.
Yes, sir. Salute to my guy Aries Falcon. Check out Aries Falcon. He has a Falcons podcast. Very dope. Has been doing it for years. Been on YouTube for years. So salute to my guy Aries Falcon out there in Cali. We got Cali Falcons, man. We all over the globe, baby. We all over the world. You know what I mean? So salute to my guy Aries Falcon representing out in Cali, man. Salute. You know how we do it, baby. We come with forces. We don't need too many. Y'all might come deep, but
I just got a question. Who was the deepest in here
out
tonight?
that folding chair on all you this year. Starting week 1, we busting out the folding chair on Bryce Young. Folding chair, all you motherfuckers. Wow.
Whose fan base was the deepest in the comments? Let's just keep it hot.
Salute, yeah. Salute to
Jerry.
Salute to Uncle Jerry, man. Salute to Uncle Jerry, man. He's been here all show, man. Hoodie Jude.
I mean, also shout
Trinity
out
been here, man. We've been deep.
All 17.
Salute,
heavy
man.
whammy.
Salute to your fans.
Yeah, free shout out.
Mike, I think we had a lot of Panthers in there too, man.
Yeah. I'm talking about Carolina made. We in here.
CPG, P Nasty. Good to see you back around.
Yes, sir, man. Salute to y'all guys, man. Till the next time, let's do this again, man. Let's do this again soon.
Definitely.
All right.
Who that?
Hey, get off my thing.
Eyes up.